themselves at the College World Series for the 6th time in program history. Some of that core certainly remains with 3 preseason All-Americans, a lot of young arms that come back and play bigger roles here for the Louisville Cardinals. Weather today, it's not an issue because, well, we're indoors and the roof is closed, about 61 degrees outside, a little bit of a chill in the air, but it is what we would call room temperature here at Globe Life Field. A lot of Husker red down to our left. Louisville in the all-black and the Huskers in the all-cream uniforms. The Huskers and the Cardinals head out to their respective baselines as we'll get set for the national anthem here at Globe Life Field. Huge weekend coming up here for the Huskers, a pair of ranked opponents, 3 games on the horizon, starting with 15th in the country. The Louisville Cardinals as the Huskers look for their 4th win of the year. With that, we'll step aside for the national anthem. Then we'll have call of first pitch, Huskers and Cardinals on the Huskers Radio Network.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Nothing goes better with Husker sports than Fairbury. Fairbury, premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. The highest quality beef, pork, and natural spices give you the best tasting hot dog and your hometown favorite Big Red hot dog. Look for Fairbury hot dogs all year long at your local grocery store. Fairbury, the official hot dog of the Huskers and Nebraska fans everywhere.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter agents Greg Kerr, Jeff Bond, or Matt Moorhead in Lincoln today.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at Emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
I got to see my brother get married.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you, a porch swing or a skyline view, work that matters, and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave, hey there. Stars you can almost touch, a mortgage that makes sense, more space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nick Hanley and Kyle Crooks back with you here at Globe Life Field. Camden Cohn and Christopher Sullivan-Diaz back in our Acres Equipment studio. Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer. Acres, solutions for every field. Both teams being announced to the crowd here. And as Kyle mentioned, some good smattering of red behind that third base dugout. Nebraska will be the visitors on the scoreboard, but they will occupy the third base dugout, while Louisville will be the home team as they gather near the first base coaches box, getting ready to take the field here in moments, as they are the home team on the scoreboard wearing all black uniforms with the Louisville block lettering across the front. And they will have the all-black caps as well. Nebraska will be wearing typically what you would see at Haymarket Park or as a home field, the all-whites with the high red socks, the black Nebraska across the chest with the traditional red ball caps with the white block end. As we are getting ready to do action here, game 1 of 3 here at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series. Game earlier today, we saw Florida State take down Michigan. Nebraska, of course, will see some teams here that they'll see later in the season. Kansas State tomorrow night, Huskers' opponent. They'll also be playing a home-and-home in the future weeks and future months, both in Manhattan and in Lincoln. And a team that is here, Nebraska, won't play this weekend, but will play next weekend, the Auburn Tigers. That's Nebraska's next road series, as head coach Will Bolt making his way over to the batter's box, and he will join a long time and the second most tenured coach in Dan McConnell's 20th season with the Louisville Cardinals. As coaches now meeting, we'll take a look at the defense for Louisville as they take the field here. Still a few more minutes before we get to that first pitch between Nebraska and between Louisville. Dimensions here. You look at a very interesting nugget you learned last night, Kyle, too, with the 334 down the left field line. You would think 334 down the left field line. That's oddly specific. Well, if you remember, one of the great Texas Rangers of all time, Nolan Ryan. That's why 34 is right there. You also have a 329 straight away down the left field line right below the left field foul pole. That's 329 for 29 Adrian Beltre. 372. And you've got that out there in left center, kind of the power alley, because these are obviously not even dimensions around the field. You've got 407 to straightaway center, the 7 representing Pudge Rodriguez. Right center, 374, the right field line at 326. Johnny Oates representing 26, the Rangers great. So those are the dimensions here at Globe Life Field, as you couldn't ask for a better setup here. And Nebraska, another big ballpark, the spring training facilities last weekend. Not nearly as much capacity, but very nice fields there, and then they'll play it out here. Our Cornerstone Bank time and temperature, well, not much of an issue since the roof is here and it's present. There was talk that if it was nice outside that they might open the roof for this game, but our temperature outside is 60 degrees, and I know for folks listening back in Nebraska, that is very warm, and you're a little bit jealous, but obviously here in the Lone Star State, that is a little unseasonably cool. But 60 degrees, sunshine, a little bit of clouds, wind is 5 to 10 miles an hour outside. Here it's a perfect 72 degrees with no wind to speak of under the roof here at Globe Life Field. Cornerstone Bank is committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So again, just both coaches going through the lineups right now. Let's give you our umpires for today. Calling the balls and strikes will be Grady Smith. Over at first base will be Chris Koski. At second base will be Rick Allen. And at third base will be Andrew Fulton. Those are the umpires. Just going over the ground rules. And Kyle, it's an interesting setup when you do look at how right center kind of jets in, then it works its way to straightaway center. You get the same with left center as that sort of jets back into play, and then it tries to even itself out over by the left field foul line. So there's that unique structure to the outfield and the dimensions here that you don't see at many ballparks.
Yeah, I mean, looking out in right center probably is the trickiest of all of it, the way it just sort of bends in around that bullpen. and right center field. So Mac Moyer and Max Butenbach will certainly have to negotiate with that. I think if you're a power-hitting lefty in this ballpark and you're pull-heavy, this is a ballpark you'd like to play in, right? I feel like a lot of balls might soar out to right field, but it took a while to go through some of the ground rules here between the two head coaches, and finally Louisville will get a chance to get on the field.
As the Louisville Cardinals take the field, and again, wearing the all-black uniforms, home team on the scoreboard this afternoon. Nebraska in that third base dugout, the visitors on the scoreboard. So again, as Kyle gave you the lineups defensively in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Crane, Moore, and Slanker. Around the infield, Hott, Alicia, Elam, and Davis. Your starting battery for the Louisville Cardinals. Nugent will be the catcher, Eberle your pitcher, and as we look at another lefty, another big lefty for this Louisville team in Nebraska, facing a guy that has good sync with the fastball. You heard Will Bolt talk about it in the pregame, what the hitters will be up against. That's the one thing about the last weekend that the Huskers played out in Arizona. Not only a heavy amount of lefties, but also different arm slots. Some velo that was 95 plus. Guy they saw against Stanford and Kettleson had a pretty heavy fastball with that left-handed delivery. So, again, going to see some swing and miss type stuff that Eberle brings in. College World Series team a year ago. They lost a lot of that group. But as you would expect with this Louisville team and the reputation they have, not tough to go into the transfer portal and the junior college route, try to replace some of these guys. Last time these two teams played, Kyle, was in 1998. It's been a while. Nebraska does have the series edge, but you got to go all the way back to the late 90s, early 90s when these two teams played a little bit more on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think this is a cool matchup, and we know this. I mean, the ceiling for this team, what the expectations are is, not necessarily just the ceiling, but they want to host a regional. And this is the way to do it, right? When you play like teams like this in the non-conference, you'll have a few other really solid opponents in Kansas State and Florida State coming up tomorrow and Sunday. And then you have 3 games against a top 10 team in Auburn. This is your opportunity when you look back at the season, when the regular season is done. This is your chance for resume-boosting opportunities. These 3 games coming up.
Ethan Eberle going through his final warm-up pitches.
I think they're just testing you to see how long you can go for.
I know.
I think they want you to get to your stand-up routine next.
This has been
we're already 2 minutes
effort
behind.
on our part, that's for sure. Everything was a little bit more tight once we got through the anthem a week ago. So, hey, we're up here at Globe Life Field. We're calling some baseball. How really rough can it be? Nebraska will send up Mac Moyer, followed by Jet Buck, Case Sanderson, Joshua Overbeek in the cleanup spot for the Huskers. Mac Moyer getting his 2nd consecutive start for the Big Red after a 4-for-4 performance against the Stanford Cardinal on Monday in that loss. Nebraska's first of the season. Lance Arvell trotting down to shake the hand of third base umpire Andrew Fulton. Mike Sirianni making his way over to first to exchange a handshake with Chris Koski. And we are ready to play some baseball here on a Friday afternoon in a beautiful Major League Baseball ballpark. Glad you could join us wherever you might be listening on all of our Huskers Radio Network affiliates and Huskers.com. Mac Moyer steps in, 7-14 hitter, first pitch, way outside, 1-0. Mentioned Moyer's 7-14 on the year, 5 for 7, did get into every game over the weekend, his first start being against Stanford. With 2 doubles in that one. The 1-0 offering outside with the fastball. 2-0 on Mac Moyer, trying to set the table for the Big Red. A really big lefty pop in the mitt, just yet to find the strike zone. Working from the stretch, kicks and fires. That one away, and now 3-0. Mac Moyer yet to see a pitch even on the outer half of the zone, but something in. 3-0. Shows bunt, pulls back, and Mac Moyer, a 4-pitch free pass. And Nebraska has their lead man aboard here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Jet Buck. Jet, of course, another new face to this Husker roster with a solid weekend in Arizona, hitting .471, 8 of 17. Had 2 doubles, drove in 4 for the Big Red. Right-handed hitter. And we'll see if Eberle can make that adjustment. Was working on the outer half of the left-hand hitting Mac Moyer, who does run well over there. That misses inside, another heavy fastball. And 5 pitches that have not found the strike zone. Ethan Eberle gives Moyer a look at first. The pitch. There's your first strike. Able to pop the mitt down the middle with a fastball. See him right around 94. Can get up to 96 on the scouting report. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 on. Here at the top of the first, just underway. Swing and a miss. Took a rip at that one on. A little bit of a cutter there. You'll see a sink from Eberle. And now, first time we'll see him up in the count. What does he opt to go with here? The pitch. There's a ball hit well through the left side for a base hit. Good 2-strike hitting for Jet Buck. Moyer will hold up at second. And Nebraska with runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first, and the first hit of the game for the Big Red.
Love the approach early, starting with Mac Moyer, being patient. That one just knee-high right down center, and Jet Buck continues what has been a red-hot start. Now 9 of his first 18.
Case Sanderson, 7 of 14 in Arizona, hitting .500, 2 doubles. Also drove in a run, and he was doing it to every part of the outfield. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Thought about it, lays off, and looks at a first pitch in there for strike 1. And Eberle is able to pitch in the College World Series. In every deciding game in the regionals and super regionals, he was the starter. Breaking ball and a beauty. Just catches the inner black. It's 0-2 to Case Sanderson. So Eberle, no stranger to high leverage situations. 0-2. Case going to have to battle runners at first and second. Nobody out. The pitch. Upstairs. 1-2. And you look at the shift being put on for Case Sanderson. Huge gap in a vacated shortstop area on the left side of the infield. It's a shortstop. Alicia playing behind the second base bag. There's a ball elevated into center field. Making a couple steps back is Moore. He makes the catch and bluffing the tag, and now returning to second is Mac Moyer. So the first out recorded. No advancement on the fly out, and that'll bring up Joshua Overbeek. Overbeek also with a solid weekend. 7 ribbies by the senior third baseman. 8 of 17, 4 doubles. And you saw Joshua Overbeek being very aggressive early in a count. Runners again, first and second. Bluff throw. And there's the one disengagement allowed there. So Eberle still has a bluff if he'd like to. Good speed on the base path for Nebraska with Moyer at second and Jet Buck at first. Infield playing Overbeek more straight away here. This ball almost gets away. Nice stab there by Nugent, the catcher. Way outside. 1-0 here on the Husker third baseman. This is an athletic Louisville group all throughout his defensive alignment. You saw Jimmy Nugent, the catcher, showing that off. Keeping the runners at first and second. The 1-0. That's just outside off the plate. 2-0. Eberle's been heavy fastball. We saw him show a really effective slider to Case Sanderson, but just trying to establish the strike zone more consistently. 2-0 on Overbeek. There's a ball shot the other way, foul up against the net. Netting here at Globe Life Field. all the way from end to end down the first and third base lines. Goes beyond all the way out to right and left field. 2 balls, 1 strike on Overbeek. 1 out, runners at first and second. Mac Moyer gets a throw, it gets out at the center field. Now Moyer gets a late break and have to go back to second. Had his back turned to the ball that got away from Elam, the second baseman. And so Moyer, who looked like he might be off, Eberle chose the right time to pick over to second. But right as Moyer got back to second, ball knocks away. Still 2-1, the pitch. There's a ground ball on the right side. Having to get over there is Elam. This is going to be a long play over to first in time. A good defensive play. Elam was playing closer to the second base bag. It wasn't hit all that well on the ground, but able to still make the play. Runners do advance 90 feet, now it's second and third with 2 outs for Dylan Carey.
Yeah, with the runner on second base, Elam was all the way towards the bag. That was not an easy play. He had to roam a long ways to glove that and just get the runner at first.
So Eberle, who sets up on the furthest part of the rubber. First pitch, swung on into right field, easy play. Where Slanker waiting for it and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs off 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Nebraska nothing. Louisville coming to bat here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Just like D1 athletes, farmers view each growing season as a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative is committed to elevating the success of our members every season. Rooted in our core mission, we provide top-notch products, services, and expertise. Our strong work ethic mirrors that of the Huskers, driving success. Choose Aurora Cooperative, your partner in elevating agriculture. Go Big Red!
Back here at Globe Life Field, no score, Huskers nothing. Louisville coming to the plate for the first time. Fans hands on the wheel. Head in the game, the driver has one job, to drive. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. So for the Huskers, no runs on a hit, did leave 2. Had 2 in scoring position, an opportunity for Dylan Carey to drive in a couple of runs early, get some first inning production. But Ethan Eberle, after a suspect start, was able to dig in and throw up a 0. And now Nick Hanley, it's up to Ty Horn as we see him for a second time this year.
Ty Horn again, the solid season that he had to end the 2025 campaign. He was instrumental in getting Nebraska into that regional with maybe one of the better pitching performances we've seen in a very long time against a quality team that turned out to be a College World Series team against UCLA, and then also an elimination game in the NCAA tournament against Holy Cross. Ty Horn showed out extremely well, and he will have his hands full with a quick an offensively capable team. Alex Alicea will lead it off for Louisville. Left-handed hitter. First pitch upstairs with a fastball. 1-0. Alicea, 350 hitter. 7 for 20 on the year. The pitch. High and outside, 2-0. Ty Horn got the start against UConn. Did not factor into the decision in a game where Nebraska ended up run-ruling the Huskies. There's a fastball down the middle, 2-1 on the shortstop for Louisville, Alicea. Alicea, one of a handful of players in this lineup you got to keep off the base path. There's another pitch in there on the outside, black, 2-2. Aggressive base runners, top 5 last year in stolen bases. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. Ty Horn changing the number from 20 a year ago to number 2 this year. The payoff pitch coming. There's a ball hit into center field, down for a base hit, turned on. As Alicia able to get Louisville started here in the bottom of the first inning.
And this is what we mentioned in the pregame, Nick, right? Jeter Worthley behind home plate. He's going to have a tough task with the top half, especially these first 2 in the lineup. OSA already 2 for 2 this year in stolen bases, had 34 last year. How aggressive do they get early?
This Louisville team already with 12 stolen bags in 4 games on 14 attempts. And Lucas Moore is the one guy that leads that charge. Did so last year and so far this year. Looks at a nice-looking slider over the heart of the plate, 0-1. Lucas Moore was a 50-plus guy, 53 stolen bases a year ago. That is no easy task. There's a swing and a miss on the fastball. Came in on the hands. Now 0-2 on Lucas Moore. A .450 hitter, 9 of 20 on the year. Moore driving in 6, does have a home run. Had one. There's a quick throw back to first. Alisea underneath the tag. Had one against Xavier in a game that the Cardinals put up 23 runs. 9 in their win Sunday against Michigan State to salvage the series against the Spartans. There's a ball shot the other way, foul down the third base line. Count remains 0-2 here on Lucas Moore. As Alisea keeping an eye on him over there. As Kyle mentioned, 2 stolen bases for him. And Lucas Moore is a perfect 4-4 on the season. Ty from the stretch. The pitch. Ground ball through the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Now moving from first on his way to third is Alisea. The throw will be cut off. And Louisville in business early with runners at the corners on Lucas Moore's C&I single through the right side of the infield.
Yeah, tough top 2 in the lineup. I mean, those are 2 of the best hitters in the ACC, and you have a lot of speed. So all I say, got a good jump on that ground ball, was easily able to get the third without a throw.
So that'll bring up Cade Elam. Plenty of power, not off to the start he wanted to, but had a solid game against Xavier. He's 3 of 13, 231 on the year. Fastball down the middle, 0-1. Elam is driven in 3 on the year, does have a double. Moore leads from first, Alisea from third. Nobody out. One is lifted into shallow center field. Calling everybody off is Jet Buck. He'll catch that in shallow. Now the really solid bluff by Alisea. He comes back to third, but those first 5 or 6 steps almost were able to force a throw into home. But the important first out recorded with runners still at first and third. Here's Tate Davis. Davis, a left-handed hitter. First pitch, swing and a miss on the slider. Take a look at Davis on the season. .368, 7 of 19 on the year with 2 doubles. He's driven in 4. Moore takes off. The throw down to second is not in time. Pretty decent throw by Jeter Worthley and a great jump by Lucas Moore. There's a bang-bang play, but just gets under the tag. Now runners at second and third.
And nobody in the country had more stolen bases than Lucas Moore last year. That one was very close.
Now 5 of 5 on the season in the stolen base department. Already off to a great start. There's an excuse-me swing, comes around on the sliders. So 2 really impressive sliders by Ty Horn. At least for the moment, has hung up Davis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one's chopped down the first baseline. Foul. Ooh, and that was close. Louisville dugout was beside themselves, and that thing was about as close as it gets down the first base line, and that would have had 2 runs in and most likely a triple. Oh, just foul. We just saw the replay of it. First base umpire Chris Koski all over it. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Are they going to challenge this? Well, just get an explanation. We saw the replay, and that was the right call by Koski. So runners at second and third. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, no score. The pitch. Called strike 3. Ty Horn. Big time fastball there, fooling Teg Davis. So Ty letting one loose there with that 4-seam fastball. 95 miles an hour, and gets a huge out here. Now 2 away with runners at second and third.
Yeah, it's clear Davis was looking for maybe a slider or something a little bit off speed because he just got locked up. I mean, that was 94 right on the inner paint.
So here's Jax Heisel, another left-handed hitter. Runners at second and third. Joshua Overby creeping a little bit more even with the bag at third base. That one is popped foul the other way into the seats. Ty Horn doing a good job of working ahead now.
And you think of the win for both starting pitchers, right? The suspect start, if you could throw up a 0.
Yep. Pumps a lot of momentum, not only that dugout, but on the mound as well. This one tapped back over towards the Cardinals on deck circle. And for now, the last 3 hitters, last 2 especially, going 0-2. We'll see if Ty can put the finishing touches on it. Comes to the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Ty Horn showing some emotion. And just like his counterpart, getting out of a jam and keeping zeros on the scoreboard. No runs off 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base through 1 here at Globe Life Field. And we are scoreless. This is Big Red Baseball.
Want a real home field advantage? Start with comfort you don't have to think about. John Henry's delivers reliable heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical service with skilled service professionals ready to help. From strange sounds to weak airflow, flickering lights, or slow drains, we'll get your home back in the game. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Venue at Home is Lincoln's premier meal prep service. Prepared in-house by our chefs, ready for you to heat and eat. Build your own package from our wide selection of items, including healthy bowls, saucy pastas, fresh salads, starters, sides, desserts, and more. Subscribe and join our rewards program to get discounts on every order. Get your order delivered in Lincoln and surrounding towns, or pick it up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at our brand new website, venueathome.net. That's venueathome.net.
Scoreless game. We are through 1 here in Arlington, Nebraska and Louisville. And it was, well, it's been an up and down start for the starters, but throwing up a pair of zeros. Both teams had second and third, but no runs coming across in the first inning. Fans, for all your office needs, think Eeks office supplies, janitorial and cleaning supplies, copiers and printers, technology solutions, and furniture. Visit Eeks.com for more. It's been a fun start, Nick.
Yes. Maybe not exactly what the head coaches wanted to see as far as the traffic early on, but if you're a pitching coach, you stress pitch execution. Given the situations, both pitchers have been up to the task. And what will we see here in inning number 2? Nebraska will send up hitters 6, 7, 8. Cole Kitchens will lead it off for the Big Red. Big right-handed hitter. I mentioned had a solid debut against UConn with 3 ribbies on a double, hitting .333, 6 for 18, 2 doubles on the season. First pitch misses inside with the fastball. Kitchens will not see a shift by this infield, playing him pretty much straight away. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, took a rip at that one. Eberle, much like Ty Horn, going to run it up there right about mid-90s. We've seen that already by both of these pitchers. Slider and a changeup. See some of the sinker as well. This ball fouled back to the screen. 1-2. Kitchens, one of those transfers that Will Bolt looking to help out in the slug department. And he wasted no time in showing that was a good selection out of the transfer portal. Trying to get something started here for Nebraska in the top of the second. The pitch off the plate. 2-2. Here on Cole Kitchens, trying to battle away here and see some pitches in the process. 17 pitches thrown by Eberle in the first inning, the 2-2. That ball shot the other way towards right field and can be caught on the line by Slanker. Some good contact by Cole Kitchens, but right to Slanker, moving to his left for the first out of the inning. That brings up Will Jeske. Jeske has been all over the barrel early in the season, leading the Huskers with 2 home runs, and these things were absolute lasers. Line shots to the identical part of the ballpark. Hitting .462, .613. As he wastes no time, puts one over towards right center, going back on it and dropping it is Elam. It was off the glove. Now Jeske heading for second, trying to be aggressive, and he's safe. Oh, yep. Okay. Got under the tag. It was an interesting signal there by Rick Allen. Kind of had his right hand out like he might be ringing it up. Looked like Jeske was under the tag the entire way. He was. So Jeske with some aggressive base running. It just goes off the glove of Elam from second base, who was drifting into shallow right field. And so now Jeske in scoring position. We'll see how they rule this one. It's a tough play by Elam. He was on the move, but it did get a lot of leather. And it's going to be a hit. This one misses inside to Max Butenbach, hitting now with a runner in scoring position. So it will be a double officially for Will Jeske, his first of the year. Not of the traditional variety, but we'll take the result nonetheless. So 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the second. Butenbach, a .214 hitter, 3 for 14 with a double and 2 runs driven in. There's a throwback to second. Will Jeske runs well. You saw it there stretching what most likely would have been a single. Inside corner fastball in there for a strike. Jeske just an overall good athlete. And we mentioned that with this Louisville team. You see a lot of it with Nebraska. Jet Buck over at second. Dylan Carey, Overbeek, Sanderson. 1-1 pitch. Got a piece of that one back to the screen. It's now 1-2 here on Butenbach. And again, infield alignment. No shift put on here for Max Butenbach. A little bit of a gap in the outfield left center. More shading a little bit more towards the right field area and a little more shallow. 1-2 pitch. Good stop by Nugent, the catcher, on the breaking ball. That'll leave it up at 2-2. Butenbach, like Jeske, Lincoln product. Homegrown in the state of Nebraska and in Lincoln. A lot of depth by the third baseman, hot over at third. Jeske. Well, normally that one's tapped foul down the third baseline. We'll do it again at 2-2. Keeping an eye on Jeske's secondary lead. Not showing much with the primary lead there. But we've seen Eberle just make some throws over to second with runners at scoring position. We saw that back in the first inning as well. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second here in the top of the second. No score between Nebraska and Louisville. Eberle, a couple looks over at Jeske. 2-2 again. That's shot the other way foul. And so Max Butenbach putting up a fight. You're hearing the Husker dugout get a little bit louder and louder for each spoiled pitch. Jeter Worthley waits on deck, hitting in the 9-hole for Nebraska this afternoon. Eberle having to work here. 2-2 again. High outside. Works it full. So Will Jeske, who reached on a double, it went off the glove of the second baseman Elam, stretched that into a double. Still at second in score position. 3-2 pitch. Misses on the outside corner. And so Max Butenbach works a walk. That'll get him on the grit board. And the Huskers once again with runners at first and second.
I think you're looking at a frustrated starter, too. I mean, that thing was even more outside than I thought, but Eberle just sort of slanking the shoulders a little bit after that full count walk.
89-mile-an-hour changeup, complementing a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. We've seen the slider used at times, but still been very heavy with the fastball. Here's Jeter Worthley, 2 for 13 on the season with a double and an RBI. Runners at first and second, and one out. This is on the outside corner again, and really trying to attack the corners here, just not getting those calls from home plate umpire Grady Smith. He's not missing by a lot. Butenbach from first, Jeske from second. This one missing low and 2-0. Mac Moyer, the leadoff hitter for Nebraska today, waiting on deck. Ready to turn the lineup back over. The 2-0 offering. This is inside of the slider now, 3-0. So Eberle now fighting it a little bit. And the Huskers trying to take advantage. Butenbach at first, Jeske at second. The 3-0 offering. Way outside. And a 4-pitch walk, and Eberle's clearly frustrated now. You got bases loaded now with Mac Moyer, who walked back in the first inning. So now Jimmy Nugent, the catcher, going to come out and have a conversation with Ethan Eberle, who at times, Kyle, has missed, and now we're going to get a visit on the mound. This has been, you see the stuff. It's clearly there with Eberle, and at times when he's missing, attacking the outer half, he's not missing by much, but then you can also see when he's getting frustrated, and he will uncork one or two.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his body language right now, and this is a perfect time for a meeting. Roger Williams, his 20th year as the pitching coach, that calming presence. But you look at his 3 walks, Nick, 2 of them have been on 4 pitches, including one of them to Mac Moyer to start out the Huskers' time at the plate. So, yeah, in this inning, he's had some misses by quite a bit outside the zone.
So Mac Moyer, who didn't see a pitch in the strike zone, will hit with bases loaded and 1 out. Mike Sirianni talking to Jeter Worthley at first, and Lance Arvell with Will Jeske over at third. Max Butenbach away from second. Top of the second, no score. Nebraska trying to change that here. Eberle from the stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off of that one and got Mac Moyer out on his front side. That's a big response from the lefty. Eberle works to the far right side of the rubber. The pitch. That one shot through down. Great diving catch by the third baseman on the fly, and makes the throw down to first base. And that will end the inning. A heck of a play, ranging to his right on a sharply hit ball, steps on third and then throws over to first for the 5-U-3 double play. And tough luck for Nebraska. No runs off 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless between Nebraska and Louisville on the Huskers Radio Network.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
One word to describe this game so far for the Husker offense is frustrating.
Yep.
Just a little bit to start. A 5-3 double play ended what was a bases-loaded one-out jam for Ethan Eberle. For Louisville, instead, we're still scoreless as we head to the home second. We're brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs.
Bayram Hott making the play of the game thus far on a ball that was hit well off the bat of Mac Moyer. We were talking about this during the break. Likely would have cleared the bases. Not only does he make the stab, had the wherewithal to step on the bag and make a strong throw to first, and then leadoff hitter Jimmy Nugent gets plunked in the left elbow. And so first pitch in Louisville with all kinds of momentum in that first base dugout. Now we'll have a base runner on.
At least so far, both pitchers have seemed to improve with a little bit of traffic on the base paths. That was the case for Horn in the first.
7-0 hitter Ben Slanker, the right fielder, will hit. Louisville line up with a bevy of left-handed hitters. First pitch, breaking ball in there, strike one. Good news is we've seen Ty Horn work ahead of the majority of the hitters he's faced here early on. Set at the belt, the 0-1. Slider low in the dirt, good stop by Jeter Worthley. So Jimmy Nugent, one of the few players to attempt or not attempt a stolen base. Quick throw back over to first. That's the other thing about Ty Horn that people forget. Very quick move over to first base. Had a handful of pickoffs last year. The pitch outside, 2-1. Trying to establish that cutter as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 on, nobody out here at the bottom of the second. That one's tapped foul, back to the backstep. 2-2. Ben Slanker right now leading Louisville. He is 5 of 10, hitting .500. Also leading Louisville in the home run category with 2. He's driven in 6. Tied for the team lead there. Slugging well over 1,000. That'll play. Another quick throw over. Ty Horn always puts that in the base runner's mind, how quick he is over to first base. And you hope, especially with this team, that might limit a step or two in the leadoff. The 2-2 pitch, ground ball over to short, could be 2. Dylan Carey gobbles it up, steps on second, and it's not dug out. Tough throw for Case Sanderson to handle. Jeter Worthley backing up the play. Goes off the netting of the first base dugout occupied by Louisville. They do get the lead runner. Dylan Carey, not with his best throw over to first, had time to make it. Had to run about 3 or 4 steps over to the bag. And Case Sanderson, unfortunately, unable to pick that out.
I would say, Nick, probably 9 out of 10 times Dylan Carey makes that throw pretty routine. And like you said, he had plenty of time.
Yeah, no question about it. So now it brings up Bayram Hott, who made the play of the game so far. Swings and misses at a fastball, 0-1. But a good bounce back for Ty Horn, getting that cutter and getting some weak contact over there. And you're right. Most occasions, that's a double play. Pounds the zone with a fastball, 0-2. So Ben Slanker leading away from first. The pitch. Line shot right to the second baseman, Jet Buck. Quick throw back over to first. They got him. Well, as Bayram Hotz ended the previous inning on a double play, Jet Buck gets the line out, throws over to first in time to get Slanker, and that will retire the side. No runs off, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We've played 2 here at Globe Life Field. Scoreless between Nebraska and Louisville. This is Big Red Baseball.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Nothing goes better with Husker sports than Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. Well, we've seen some good defensive plays. We saw one from Bayram Hotz, who ended the Husker threats in the previous inning, and then he comes up to bat, and he lines over to Jet Buck, and the Huskers able to complete an L4-3 double play to get out of the inning. We've played 2 here at Globe Life Field, and there are zeros on the scoreboard in the run category. And to take us through the next couple, please welcome in Kyle Crooks.
All right. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. 2, 3, and 4 for the Huskers here in the top of the third inning. Kind of a cloudy day outside, 60 degrees, but playing indoors here at Globe Life Field. Jet Buck, right-handed hitter, against Ethan Eberle, the lefty extreme third base side. Downhill with the first. That just misses a little bit out. A changeup at 89. Buck, right-handed hitter. 1-for-1 single through that 5-6 hole, his first time. Has the white batting gloves, fairly tight to the plate. Here's the next. Well outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. Issues with command for Eberle, especially in the last inning. He's had 3 walks to start. Belt tie set, downhill. Handcuffs Buck, misses inside. How about this? Another 3-0 count. He's had 2 4-pitch walks, has Eberle, in this start. The newly christened Friday night starter for Louisville. Left on right. 3-0, room service strike, outer paint. A fastball. So we play scoreless, top of the third inning. 3-1 count here to the newest second baseman for the Huskers, Jet Buck, on the all-name team. Outfielder is deep and straight away on a 3-1. Swing and a ball parachuted in the air, shallow center field. Cade Elam, the second baseman, gives way for Lucas Moore, the center fielder, who strides in to make a one-handed catch. And there's 1 out here in the top of the third inning. So 1 away in a scoreless third. Here's now Case Sanderson, who flew out to the aforementioned Lucas Moore in his first at bat. Sanderson lefty bat. Slight open stance. Outfield straight up once more. As Eberle trying to work efficiently here in the third. Plays Sanderson up the middle. Left on left. First pitch right down center. A changeup in the high 80s for Eberle. 0-1. Key for the Huskers, score first. Did so twice opening weekend in Arizona. Eberle, third base side, 0-1. Slings in a strike, outer paint. Has that 3/4 arm angle. Always works from the stretch, from the extreme third base side. Now they have a shift on. 3 infielders on the right side of second to Case Sanderson. The next. Swing and a miss. Slider diving down and away, and Sanderson goes down on strikes. And that's the first strikeout for Ethan Eberle. Quickly 2 gone on the top of the third. Well, we see the stuff. It's fairly nasty for the lefty. That time a slider with a lot of break. And Sanderson whiffs through for the first K for the lefty. Now it's Joshua Overbeek. Powerful right-handed hitter and a scoreless third. Infield moves back straight up in normal depth. Here at Globe Life Field, left on right. First pitch is smashed on the ground to short. Past the diving Ollie Say, the shortstop into center field. Base hit for Joshua Overbeek. Ollie Say, the shortstop, was playing at the depths of the infield dirt. Had to move to his left. A Superman lunge. Just hopped past the lunging try into center field for a base hit.
And Kyle, this is what Joshua Overbeek has been doing so well. He's been hunting those pitches early in counts, getting solid barrel contact on the baseball, and there's another example of Overbeek, that the veteran experience that he has.
2 gone, top of the third and scoreless. Joshua Overbeek with a 2-out single at first has a sizable lead with Dylan Carey right-handed bat throw over to first, and we've seen that all afternoon long. Checking on these Husker runners who came in without a stolen base opening weekend. Carey's 0 for 1 each time. Hit a 357-foot home run opening weekend. Left on right. That's fisted foul to the mesh. 0-1. Much more vocal this year. If you talk to Will Bolt, talk to the staff when it comes to Dylan Carey. Certainly the expectation was maybe he'd be playing pro this year. Unexpected, he comes back and is the starting shortstop for a 4th consecutive year. Don't see that a whole lot now in college baseball. Carey back in. 0-1 toss on its way. Swing and a foul back and right. Just to the right of us. We're about 4 levels up here at Globe Life Field. Fairly high up, but I thought it would be even higher from some of the pictures I got.
I agree. I was expecting it to be maybe more on the 5th or 6th floor level.
No balls, 2 strikes. Eberle, the lefty, sets from the stretch. Overbeek at first. Quick throw over again, and Overbeek back standing. Beautiful ballpark, built in July of 2020. Hosted a World Series that year, and in 2023 when the Rangers won it all. Overbeek off first. Quick toss again. Another disengagement. Overbeek back headlong this time. He had to go into a slide. So a couple of disengagements towards Overbeek at first. Carey back in, even stance. Eberle downhill. Swing and a rocket shot. Base hit left field. Coming over towards the line is Crane to cut it off. Overbeek goes station to station, and Dylan Carey, his first hit of the weekend. 1st and 2nd here with 2 gone.
Well, for Dylan Carey, and watching him in batting practice, it was the pitch right there over the heart of the plate. It just covers so much ground when he extends those arms. We see him when he has it going the other way with it, but he extends those arms, and he's made much more concerted effort with what he's done physically, and you can see just the pop right there when he can have that opportunity to do so.
Scoreless 3rd inning, 2 gone, 1st and 2nd now for Cole Kitchens, righty bat. The first one is tapped along third. That'll roll foul. Here, Will Jeske on deck. Huskers in that third base side dugout in the all-cream uniforms, the high scarlet socks, and the scarlet batting helmets with the cream N on the front side. Louisville going with the all blacks today on Friday. Kitchens, that bigger frame, digs back in tight to the plate. Eberle's pitch. Handcuffs him, but for a strike, inner paint. And it's 0-2 here to Cole Kitchens. This is where Nebraska thrived opening weekend. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Can Kitchens come through here in the 3rd? Runners on 1st and 2nd. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball to short. Olisea, he can't knock it down into left center field. Rounding third, Overbeek. He scores. Going to third is Dylan Carey. Cole Kitchens does indeed come through. A 2-out RBI single in the 3rd. It's the Huskers 1, the Cardinals 0.
That is the 2nd batter in a row, Kyle, that has just been more compact with the swing with 2 strikes. I mentioned Dylan Carey having the opportunity where Eberle caught too much of the plate to extend those arms, that was a much more compact swing from Cole Kitchens, and that trend, such a positive development from the first weekend carrying into this weekend with the 2-strike hitting with runners in scoring position.
Now runners at the corners for one of the hotter hitters, Will Chesky, who doubled. It was a unique double, to say the least, on a blooper to right center. He'll bat with 2 gone. First pitch, left on right is low. Changeup. It's 1 ball, no strikes. So the Huskers do indeed score first. They're 2-0 this year when they strike on the scoreboard to start a game. Eberle from the stretch of the belt unleashes to the plate. Swinging a ground ball. Olise on a bent knee at short. Shovels to second to get the force. That goes 6-4. And the inning is over. So the Huskers do indeed get on the board first thanks to 3 consecutive base hits in the frame. A run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're now middle of 3. It's the Huskers 1 and number 15 Louisville nothing. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Quick start to this bottom of the 3rd inning. Already getting set to dig in is Griffin Crane. Ty Horn goes back to work. 1-0 Huskers over the Cardinals of Louisville. First pitch is smoked into center field. Base hit at ambush on a bent knee fielded by Mac Moyer. Griffin Crane, first pitch he sees, a single out to center field. Meanwhile, that Cole Kitchens RBI single. Want to remind you that RBIs this season are sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. For 85 years, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska has supported the passion and pride of Husker baseball. Blue believes in the Big Red, and Blue believes in you. With that, the Huskers a run on 5 hits. That was the 3rd hit for the Cardinals. Alex Olise back to the top of the lineup. Right on left, he shortens the bunt, pulls back, takes a fastball in for ball 1. So a first pitch ambush from Griffin Crane. He's now 4 of 10 to start his season. Brings in Alex Olise, who singled his first time up. From the stretch, Horn twists and throws to first. And back on a slide is Crane. He's stolen 1 bag successfully this year. They had a program record last year, did the Cardinals, in stolen bags. Olise back in. Horn left leg kick, comes home. Fastball just a little bit out. 2 balls, no strikes. Olise, one of those returning preseason All-Americans. Part of that infield for a World Series team a year ago. And the pitch, fastball, is fisted back to the screen. Did a little pirouette after that swing, 2-1. Olise, a junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was 4 of 7 in what was a 23-hit, 23-run midweek win over Xavier. Runner leads off first on a 2-1. They'll toss over to first. Back headlong again is Griffin Crane. Both these pitchers are getting their work into the base paths here.
Yes, they are, and showing off the pickoff move. A little bit more definitive from Ty Horn than what we've seen from Eberle.
Another toss over to first. A tag just a little bit late. Boy, that was close, Nick. Headlong back was Crane.
And just to let our listeners know, we have not gotten confirmation it's being efforted if we do have replay this entire weekend. told at one point thought we would, but have not gotten the clarity on that.
And the pitch. Swinging a ball smashed on a line center field. Moyer to his left makes the chest level catch. Will toss in. And a routine line out as Alex Olisea goes down for the opening out here in the home third. Huskers a 1-0 lead.
It's the one thing we've been accustomed to with close plays in college baseball, when in that situation on a pickoff attempt, if Case Anderson felt like they had him, he would go the gesture to the head there. We didn't see that, so I'm thinking maybe we do not have replay. No, we didn't last weekend.
Runner leads off first, 1 out, bottom third. Here's Lucas Moore. Runner takes off, fastball inside, throw down, the tag, not in time. Well, if they have replay, now we're going to figure out whether they have it or not. Carey had that tag down, it looked like, and maybe the umpire discretion, they'll talk this over and maybe overturn it amidst this 4-member crew.
Did he think it popped out of the mitt? That's the only thing I can think of, because the throw beats him there. The tag gets down.
Clean catch, balls in the glove. Did he get that tag down, Nick? I think he did.
I thought he did too. You can definitely see the inside arm there trying to sneak under the tag here, the left arm.
They are going to review this, Nick, by the way.
Okay, so there is replay.
He got him on that front left shoulder before Crane's left hand with that kind of that mitten, that oven mitten on that left hand. I think he got him on the front shoulder.
I'm with you. The great throw by Jeter Worthley. And I'll give Crane some credit. He made that a little closer than I initially thought it would be.
I think Carey took a little bit for him to get that tag down, Nick.
Yeah.
He swept that thing through. He's probably out by a mile, but I think he still got him.
Curious the angles they have here. Yeah, I think that what we're seeing right there looks like he gets him on the left shoulder before that mitt makes contact with the bag. But is it definitive? That's the question on the angles that the umpires are seeing. Is it definitive enough for the call to be reversed and go the Huskers' way? And I think what Dylan Carey was trying to find out, he was asking the umpire, Rick Allen, hey, do we have review? Do we have a replay? Because if we do, we want to roll with this. I'm assuming the coaching staffs were informed last night. But again, we're kind of low on the totem pole. They don't need to tell us that, what's going on there. But you're talking about a team that runs really well. We wanted to see this with Jeter Worthley. Only had a couple of throws against Northeastern with some of their quicker players, but they were having some massive jumps. This was a pretty solid jump by Crane, but just really impressed with Worthley's ability in that pop time to get it there and on the right side of the bag.
And even the stolen base by Lucas Moore back in the first inning, that was pretty bang-bang too, and that's the best stolen base artist in the nation.
Yeah. I don't think that's hyperbole. I mean, I think the numbers would back that up from a year ago and what he's already done in the early part of this season.
Well, to set the scene, safer out is what is being reviewed by Nebraska. It's safe on the field. 1-0 Huskers, bottom of the third. It's either 1 out, runner at second, or 2 outs and base is empty here for Ty Horn. They're going underneath down to our left near the third base dugout to look at this, where the video replay system sits here at Globe Life Park. And I guess the longer they look at it, the better perhaps the news may be for the Huskers.
They're trying to see it from all angles. And when you have that mitt, it does create a little bit more of a blur on when it actually makes contact with the bag to when the glove and the tag is being applied to, in this case, the shoulder. Here we go.
Runner is out. Jeter Worthley with a dime to get Griffin Crane. And after review, indeed, there are 2 gone. Will Bolt fired up in that dugout.
Well, I think for 2 reasons there. You're seeing your young freshman getting his first gun down of the year, but also understanding keeping Louisville off the base path. Now with 2 outs, that really changes this inning as we get into the heart of the order.
Shift to the right for Lucas Moore on the infield. He'll take a change-up strike. Count 1-1. Looking at the replay, tag, it looked to be just in time, and even at the naked eye. The next offering is spoiled off to the left into that second deck of vacant green seats. A lot of scarlet and cream down to our left, just beyond all of the Huskers on the top step of the dugout with a 1-0 lead. Looking for a ranked win today. We're 6-2 last year against ranked foes. Fastball, the next offering, twists more off the plate. Inside, ball 2. A run on 5 hits leads no runs on 3 hits, and why that call is massive for a lot of reasons. There's no runner in scoring position for an All-American at home plate. 2-2 with 2 gone. There's a fastball laced in the air, left center field. Moyer long run to the gap, makes the catch in stride off his right hip, and the inning is over. First career gun down at second for Jeter Worthley. Gets the caught stealing, and with that, the minimum faced for Ty Horn, perhaps getting into a groove with the Huskers holding on to the lead. We're now through 3 here at Globe Life Park. It's the Huskers 1 and Louisville 0. This is Big Red Baseball.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine.
Hi, welcome.
Is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience.
You know what? I agree.
The life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Husker Nation travels well with the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of Husker Athletics, with convenient flights and hassle-free service. It's LNK for the win. Visit LincolnAirport.com. So Jeter Worthley able to gun down a runner as Nebraska able to get the shutdown inning after getting the first run of this ball game. As we go into the top of the 4th, 1-0 in favor of the Big Red here at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series.
RBI single from Cole Kitchens. 3 consecutive singles in the top of the 3rd. Against the lefty Ethan Eberle goes back to work. Max Butenbach, Jeter Worthley, and Mac Moyer. That's 8-9-1 for Will Bolt's crew. Coach Bolt in his 7th year. Trying to get back to another NCAA regional. Can they host one this year? Here's a left-handed hitting Max Butenbach. And takes an off-speed low and away for ball 1. A slow looping curveball at 676. 1 ball, no strikes. Butenbach walked on a full count pitch his last time to the plate. The next, slings outside, 2-0. Just across the way, through the openings in the windows, we can see the old ballpark in Arlington where the Rangers used to play prior to moving over to this crown jewel. Infield now wrapped around to the right. Butenbach swings to the next and skies one off to the left foul. The second baseman Elam in short right. Ollie Say, the shortstop, to the right of second, and the third baseman Byram Hott is playing almost straight up short, maybe even pinched up the middle a little bit more. 2 balls and a strike. 1-0 Huskers here in the top of the 4th. The offering is swung on and smoked back up the middle to the left of second into center field. Base hit. Max Butenbach gets things going here for the Huskers with their 6th hit. Leadoff knock here in the 4th.
It's a big area of Max's game that's really improved this season. Even still having the count leverage in his favor, understanding when to just go for that shortened up swing, drive one up the middle. So heavy pull the last couple of years, and still has that in the repertoire, but those in-at-bat adjustments that Max has shown the ability to do.
Throw over to first, and Butenbach back standing. 1-0 Huskers here in the top of the 4th. Nobody out for Jeter Worthley, right-handed hitting catcher. Walked his first plate appearance on 4 pitches. And time is called. I believe this is pitching coach coming out, Roger Williams. This is going to be the 2nd time that he's come to the mound. And it's been a slog for Eberle for sure. We're going to get some somebody sprinting out towards that bullpen. Louisville's bullpen is out in right center field beyond the 374 marker. The Husker bullpen about as silent as you could get. You hear crickets out there in left center. But they're going to use this meeting to get some guys hot there in the bullpen in right center.
Yeah, a couple guys stretching out there, but nobody throwing as of yet. But, yeah, you're imagining at this point and looking at just the overall pitch count approaching 60 here in the fourth inning. And those first couple of innings for Eberle, too, and the same with Ty Horn, having to work a little extra long and navigate through traffic on the bases. Saw that pitch count elevate for both pitchers, and you're looking at the effect of that here.
Looks like a lefty starting to get hot out in right center. So Jeter Worthley back to the plate, looking for that first offering. Max Butenbach is over at first with a leadoff single. Huskers a 1-0 lead away fourth. First pitch, shortens, takes high. Ball pops out of the glove. Aaron England is the lefty getting warm. And for Eberle, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's taking over as the Friday night guy for Patrick Forbes, who was the 29th overall pick this past year with the Arizona Diamondbacks. The lefties 1-0. Worthley shortens to bunt and shoves it along first. Stays fair along the chalk. Underhand shovel just gets there in time. Davis shoveling to Elam. They rule this.
I think they called it foul at the very end, yeah.
You have Davis who's staring around saying, well, that wasn't a fair ball, as Worthley slowly saunters back to home plate.
Davis had the 1 foot outside the baseline there. And, just right on the chalk is where he decided to pick it up. But just off the outer edge of the chalk there.
Runner at first, Butenbach. Worthley digs back in. Throw over to first, back standing. So with that, really a lot of pressure coming into this year. I mean, this point last year to start the year, he was a middle innings reliever. Had some high leverage situations. The difference a year makes in this staff. Throw over to first again. Butenbach is back headlong. I think this is more than anything a stall tactic to get that arm a little bit warm in right center. And the pitch. Bunt laid down, first base side. Davis to his right, infield turf. Throws to first. Covering is Elam for the out. 3-4. Worthley lays it down successfully. Butenbach down into scoring position to second. There's 1 away. I should say 2 away here at the top of the fourth.
Good placement there for Jeter Worthley. And this is something that I think you got to be really excited about when he's in this situation in the 9 hole as that second leadoff guy, showing that he can handle the bat well. But gosh, he runs really solidly down that first base line. He's going to beat some of those out, or at least force possibly an erratic throw.
So Butenbach at second, 1-0 Huskers. Here's Mac Moyer, lefty bat. First pitch is a one-hopper to second, sliding stop. Elam pops to his feet, throws to first. And that is the second out of the inning. The TV copy, Nick, was a little bit ahead, so I was 1 out ahead there. There is 2 outs now, so successful on moving that runner over down to third.
It went a little haywire after they called that first bunt foul.
They didn't reset the count.
They couldn't figure out the count, what it was, and there was all kinds of things. They broke the system with that one.
So now there is 2 away. Jet Buck now to the plate. 2 out, Ribby Chance with a 1-0 lead. He's 1 for 2. Pitch. Slider spins in for a strike. Outer Payne. Huskers enter today 3-1 after a successful weekend. A lot of big numbers at the plate. 15 doubles in those first 4 games. 0-1 is a chopper along third. Is this a fair ball? Did this hit Buck? He didn't run. They throw down to first, and they say out. The home plate umpire didn't say it was a foul ball. Jet Buck saying that hit my foot. It should be a dead ball. He's standing around. The home plate umpire has his hands by his hips, and Grady Smith saying, I didn't see anything. So it's just a routine 5-3.
And Jet Buck, if he thought there was any chance that it didn't get him, he'd be taken off. Oh, he got his foot.
clearly. I mean,
Yeah,
Buck didn't even flinch to first base.
It gets the inner toe of the shoe on the replay that we just saw.
Yeah, Will Bolt's out there talking to Grady Smith. This is a clear miss.
Yeah, Jet Buck hasn't left the batter's box yet, and they're going to say...
they missed that one, Nick.
Yep.
They're going to roll him out.
They are.
5-3.
Wow.
So the inning is over. Leadoff single fails to bloom for Butenbach. And in the inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Huskers short end of the stick there as we're middle of 4. Huskers a 1-0 lead. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Nebraska Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You know that dollar bill you have stuffed into your pocket? Well, give it a little respect. It can buy you a Lotto America ticket from the Nebraska Lottery and maybe win you millions. Play today. Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Back to work goes Ty Horn. The righty slings in the first, well outside. 1-0 Huskers. And the next is a rocket shot on a line, twisting foul towards the corner. Play in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cade Elam at the plate, right-handed hitter. And the next, fastball, slice of the air, pretty deep right field towards the corner. Butenbach watches, and that'll land in the vacant green seats foul. 3, 4, and 5 here for the Cardinals. Bottom of the 4th. Cade Elam popped out to second his first time. Cole Kitchen's RBI single right now the difference. What could be an early resume-boosting win for the Huskers. Kansas State tomorrow, Florida State on Sunday. Ty Horn fires. Fastball, bounce back up the middle to his right, Buck in back of second. Throws, fading towards the outfield turf in time for the out. Boy, a lot of power off that back foot. He has that strong shortstop type arm, Jet Buck, and gets him 4-3 on the opening out.
Yeah, you said the key part there, Kyle, and that is you got a converted shortstop playing second, so that range is pretty evident, but more importantly, the ability to get on that back foot and make a strong throw, and you saw it right there. Solid defensive play there by Jet Buck.
First pitch to Tage Davis, who stands stagnant in that left side. Takes the first one high, ball 1. Huskers a lone run lead here in the home 4th. The next offering, a sword. He goes around on strike 1. Davis struck out looking, part of back-to-back Ks for Ty Horn to strand 2 for the Cardinal in the first. The next offering swung through on a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts already for Horn. Works with some tempo. And now, is that Dan McDonald who comes out of the dugout to talk to home plate umpire Grady Smith.
Offensive timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to talk this one over to maybe just slow the rhythm a little bit of Ty Horn.
Curious to see, Kyle, if Aaron England will make his way in the 5th to pitch here for Louisville. We saw him getting hot pretty fast, but now no activity in that bullpen for Louisville. But the pitch count probably a little bit more than you're comfortable with. And remember, you're usually looking at 90 to 100 pitches in these first couple of weekends before you start to really want to stretch these guys out. And it's not like Eberle has been living the clean life since he's been on the mound. Now, he's been able to limit the damage, but it'd be interesting to see if they decide to opt for the lefty.
Davis back in after the offensive timeout. The ready horn unleashes home. Fastball is fisted in the air behind home. That'll sail back towards us. You could definitely get one back up here to the broadcast booth. We have our window wide open as more of like a garage door of types. If you get one over that past that screen, you can get one back up here in the booth. 4 levels up.
We welcome it.
1-2 to the plate. Low and in. Count even now to take Davis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You always got to bring your glove, you know?
Did you bring yours?
No.
Oh, okay. I forgot mine too.
I'm not prepared. 2-2 on its way. Fastball swung through for strike 3. Ty Horn gets Davis again. His 3rd K. 2 gone here in the 4th.
Well, this is where we've seen Ty get stronger because he starts to complement that fastball with going to get the cut, but the slider as well. Great pitch sequence there, giving Tank Davis, one of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup, a lot to think about.
Here's Jax Heisel. Lefty bat swings through. On a slider down and in, over the top. So 3rd strikeout for Ty Horn. Huskers a 1-0 lead. Working quickly. Fastball steers inside. 1-1. Cole Kitchen's RBI single is your differential. The next, outside in the other batter's box. 2-1. Heisel also struck out his first time. All the strikeouts between 4 and 5 in the lineup. The next, swing and a miss. Pitch diving down. Almost went to a bent knee on that heavy hack. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a quickness, a confidence for number 2, who fires, swinging a ball yanked through the right side, base hit. Fielded by Butenbach out and right. Heisel dug that thing out between 1st and 2nd, and that'll be the 4th hit for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, just like Nebraska, we've seen throughout this game, a good job by Jimmy Nugent. Staying compact with 2 strikes. Ball got a little bit more of the plate than I'm sure Ty wanted there. Just in on the hands, able to turn it away and just shoot one through the right side.
Here's now Jimmy Nugent, right-handed hitting catcher. Runner leads off first. 1-0 Huskers. Horn first base side, downhill. First pitch slider low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Can you get a little bit deeper into a game today? That's the hope here for Ty Horn. Went 4 2/3, his first go at it on opening night. Nugent even stance right-handed hitter and spins the arm. Fastball low. 2 balls, no strikes. A few fans walking around the concourse out in left field. Kind of a 360 experience here at this ballpark. A 2-0 fastball just steers a little bit out. And now 3 balls, no strikes. Horn faced the minimum in the 3rd, as well as the 2nd. Left leg kick, the pitch. Fastball misses in, ball 4. So 4 straight out of the zone. And now this is a look back to that first inning when you had 2 on and 2 out. Horn was able to get out of it. You have Ben Slanker who comes to the plate, who's 5 of 11 to start his season.
You know, from the infield standpoint, and I think Rob Childress might make his way out. He will. Probably going to see some bodies make their way out to that left center bullpen here momentarily as, again, Ty Horn, and you brought something up there early this inning, that pace. And sometimes Ty will work with that pace to the point that you almost need that reset and feel like what you saw with Nugent on that particular at-bat was a good example of maybe getting that reset, just slow it down a tick. You like a guy when he's feeling like he's in a rhythm. But from the infield perspective, this is that situation where you can just handle the baseball, play it where it takes you with runners at 1st and 2nd and 2 away. Just trying to keep it right here and work back ahead, where Ty's done a good job of that today. For the most part, he has had the count leverage on the pitcher's mound.
I could imagine Rob Childress, how long he's been doing this, that calming presence on the mound. Getting a chance to know him on the road trip and talk to him for the first time. Boy, he's been around it. He's been doing this for a long time.
One of the best pitchers as far as developers. We've seen so many products come out under his schooling have been outstanding.
Ben Slanker, lefty bat, first and second, 1-0 Huskers. First pitch from Horn is in the dirt, low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think you breathe a little easier here, Kyle, if you can just establish that first strike here with this at bat.
Horn unleashes. That's chopped in front of home. Maybe some cheers from the Nebraska faithful as that is ruled a foul ball by the first base umpire. The home plate umpire didn't do anything. It was fouled off the instep pretty clearly of Slanker, but Husker fans have a reason to take issue with what happened to Jet Buck in the last half frame.
Well, and typically it's going to be Chris Koski, the first base ump, that's going to get a better view of that than home plate umpire Grady Smith. So I do understand it a bit.
Runners off first and second. Horn stares at the runner at second, 1-1. Fastball swung through for strike 2. Well, that thing was blazing hot. 93.
A little frustration, perhaps.
We've seen him rear back at times, get to 94 on that gun. First base side. On a 1-2. Fastball, strike 3! Ty Horn fired up. 4th K, second of the frame. Cardinals strand 2. Number 2 is dealing, hopping back to that third base side dugout. The Huskers in the driver's seat for the moment. It's 1-0 Nebraska over number 15 of Louisville as we head to the 5th. This is Big Red Baseball.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe. Think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811. It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Big ending to that bottom of the 4th. Ty Horn picks up his 4th K. Second of that 4th inning to strand 2 Cardinals on base. So Ty Horn is able to keep Cardinals off the scorebook for now. Huskers that 1-run lead, and 1 of every 3 fatal crashes in Nebraska involves an alcohol-impaired driver. If you drink, don't drive. Impaired driving is deceptively dangerous. From the NDOT Highway Safety Office. So the Huskers trying to get some insurance here for their Friday night guy in Ty Horn. I know the guy to do it, to give some good luck, to give some offense. A man who caught a lot of runs this past weekend. That's my guy, Nick Hanley.
Well, the good news is, Kyle, I'm going to send it right back to you if I do not succeed here. So we'll see how that goes. Alongside myself and Kyle, we've got, of course, Camden Cohn and Christopher Sullivan-Diaz back in our Acres studio, keeping us up to date on not only the hockey score, but also how about Nebraska's softball. 13-0 winner over Hawaii and a no-hitter for Hannah Kamazin. Congrats to the red team there. First pitch outside to Case Sanderson. It'll be 3-4-5 due up for the Huskers in their half of the 5th. Case 0 for 2. Big pull side shift now being put on after that first pitch out of the zone. Still Eberle in the game for the Cardinals. There's a swing and a miss on the curveball. It's 1-1 here on the Husker junior first baseman. Told you Case entering the game 7 of 14 on the season, 2 doubles, a ribby, and a crisp 500. Misses off the plate with the changeup. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Case Sanderson will be followed by Joshua Overbeek and Dylan Carey. The pitch, swing and a miss, took a rip at the changeup just over the top. Now 2-2. Do have activity in the bullpen for Louisville. Jack Brown now getting loose. We saw it was earlier Aaron England. The 2-2 offering. Called strike 3 on the outer half. And for Ethan Eberle, that is strikeout number 2, first out recorded here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Joshua Overbeek. 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored the only run of this game. And so for Ethan Eberle, this will be pitch number 70 coming. So both starters, as we've told you throughout the broadcast, having to navigate through traffic and trying to keep it a little bit more clean. Overbeek takes a hack at the changeup. Comes away empty. We thought we saw Ty Horn's velocity start to regress a little bit, but then he had the answer after that mound visit. A 1 offering. That's just up with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike here on the Husker third baseman. Overbeek leading the Huskers with 7 runs driven in on the year. Now with 9 hits. He had 19 at bats. Fastball catches the inside corner. Overbeek going to have to battle here at 1-2. No shift on for Joshua Overbeek, as has been the case throughout the game. Eberle set at the belt. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball by him. Tailing away on the outer half. 2 up, 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts. Eberle trying to settle in, or at least trying to finish his outing strong and looking the part as of now. So here's Dylan Carey. Single back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 today. Got his 10th hit of the season back in the 3rd. First offering from Eberle. Just got a piece of that one off the catcher Nugent. 0-1. And we talked about the importance of Ty Horn being able to establish that strike zone early. That had also been an issue with Eberle in the early part of his start, but he, much like Ty Horn, has been able to reestablish early count leverage, especially here in this inning. Misses way outside as I jinx him. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's a good jinx right there.
Yeah. Just remind me not to bring that up about Ty when he's on the bump. 1 ball, 1 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the 5th. That ball is poked into right field, sending Slanker back towards the warning track. It's still going. This ball is gone! Dylan Carey goes the other way. Sends it over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Big Red.
He had that big home run opening weekend. That time going opposite field. Didn't think it would get out of here, but that thing just kept going and going. It was center cut down the middle, put a good swing on it, and that thing just kept flying on out of here just in front of the first row seats and right.
As we watch Slanker run out of real estate with that one, realized there was a shot this thing was going to leave, and it does. Here's Cole Kitchens, who before that really had the only dent in this game with an RBI single, as he gets a piece of that one. 0-1. The only time we see the long ball there, that's always a fantastic candidate for our hit of the game. Give you that here in just a sec. No balls, 1 strike. Here to Cole Kitchens. Nebraska now leading 2-0 over 15th ranked Louisville. Here's the pitch. Just misses away on the slider. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. The pitch. That one's turned on foul. That's going to reach level 4. There we go, right where we are. Our care hit of the game, the home run by Dylan Carey. That was quite a hit. He's going to need a chiropractor. To find a chiropractic physician in Nebraska, visit nebraskachiropractic.org. Thanks for the assist there, partner.
That's why I'm here. We're a team up here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, 1 run across here in the Husker half of the 5th. The pitch. Staying alive. Shooting that one back to the net.
You afraid of heights, Nick?
You know, as I've gotten older, Kyle, I have gotten a little bit more quaky about it, yes.
I'm thinking of, looks like there's a catwalk up there by the Globe Life Field sign. I mean, way up there on the roof over the video board and right. I'm just thinking, does anybody stand up there and watch the game from up there?
I thought maybe you were talking about heading up there after the game just to get a different view. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inner half, and that will retire the side, but Nebraska has a go at it. A solo shot by Dylan Carey. 1 run off that solo home run. No errors, no runners left on base. We are halfway home here at the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. It's Nebraska 2, 15th ranked Louisville, nothing on the Huskers Radio Network.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service and even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Dylan Carey pointing up to the skies after homering and sending one through the sky out to right field, giving Ty Horn a little bit more insurance as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning and the Huskers a 2-0 lead.
Bodies have made their way to the bullpen for Nebraska. Ty Horn at 62 pitches now as he enters the 5th inning of work here in this start. Would love to get through it here and factor into a potential decision. 4 2/3 in that start against UConn, where Nebraska won 12-2 and walked off UConn in the 7th. First pitch in there for strike 1 with the cutter. It'll be 8-9-1. Bayram Hott, the third baseman, leading things off here for Louisville. Second offering, high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Bayram Hott.
That home run from Dylan Carey was another run, which means another RBI, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Winds and deals. Almost hit him. 2-1. Seeing the cutter being used a lot more here as we get in the latter part of this start here for Ty Horn. 2-1 offering. Got a piece of that one to even it up 2-2. Huskers out hitting Louisville right now 7-4. Both teams have played clean baseball. Huskers will shift the outfield more towards right center. Moyer has now made his way a little bit. Nice little gap in left center. Swing and a miss. Reached back and got the fastball by Bayram Hott. And for Ty Horn today, that is strikeout number 6. Make that strikeout number 5.
Yeah, he's looking for a 4th straight start with at least 6 Ks. Just seems that fastball has even more life as we've gone later into the game.
Yeah, he's reached back a few times here in the last couple of innings and still showed that off. Missed way outside with a slider here on 9-hole hitter Griffin Crane. Crane 1 for 1 with a single. And then he was caught stealing by Jeter Worthley. This one also misses out. It's 2-0 here on Griffin Crane. 2-0 pitch upstairs with a fastball. 3-0. Kind of like we saw last inning, too. Looked in control of that bat and then just not finding the zone. Going to have to climb back. The pitch. And that's going to be a little bit, I think, up. Didn't miss by much, but that will be a 4-pitch walk for Griffin Crane back on base with 1 on, 1 out. Back to the top of the order for Louisville. Alex Alicia.
Well, that's what scares me the most is now you set the table for the 2 best hitters in this lineup at 1 and 2.
Alicia, a couple of hard hit balls. He's 1 for 2. Lined out to center back in the third, singled in the first. Good speed over there, despite Crane being gunned down. Missed way inside with the fastball. So Ty Horn getting to have a conversation now with Jeter Worthley as he marches out. Starting to see some stretching going on in the left center bullpen for Nebraska. But still not a lot of sense of urgency just yet. And there is 1 out with 1 on, but love to see Ty reestablish the strike zone. No one will soon forget that performance in the Big Ten championship game against UCLA. 8 innings of shutout baseball against one of the better hitting teams in college baseball. The pitch missed inside again. This time try to come back with a slider. Good work by Jeter Worthley. Working into that left-handed batter's box. Keep that thing going to the backstop. Now Rob Childers going to come out. Give Nebraska the opportunity to get someone hot right now. I see Caleb Clark out there. Hasn't began to throw yet. And I believe might have Grant Clevenger out there as well.
Yeah, it looks like Clark, definitely the lefty, is starting to throw a little bit more. You'd probably have a better sense, but it feels like Ty's overthrown a little bit right now.
I think that's a fair assessment right now. And again, you go back to just finding that nice blend of pace, which we know Ty throws with and some, but being able to reset where you're hitting your spots. And I think sometimes you start getting a little bit ahead of yourself, you begin to overthrow. So I think that's a pretty solid assessment there. Looked like Ryan Harrihill also kind of lurking out there in the bullpen. 2 bodies, and Caleb Clark now definitely starting to throw. As the conference on the mound with Rob Childers is over with. 2-0 on Alex Alicia. He's 1 for 2 today with a runner at first and 1 out. Griffin Crane, 9-hole hitter. Decent speed leading away from first. And a 2-0 game in favor of the Big Red. Here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. There's a ball hit over towards Dylan Carey. Gloves it over to second for 1. Over to first. In time. Nobody's left the field yet here. What's going on? We got a 6-4-3 double play. Okay, now everybody leaves the field. I don't know if they anticipate. Oh, nope, they're going to bring him back. I think we've got a review. Are they going to say... I don't believe I saw Dan McConnell ask for a review here.
They're going to review
he must
first
have.
base here.
Yep.
So
it was a bang-bang play. And given the speed of Alicia...
I think he's probably safe.
I think he beat it too. This is probably going to go the way of Louisville. But just when you look at, first of all, Dylan Carey handling a ball that rode up on him, but then to flip it over to Jet Buck, there's the turn we've been hearing and seeing so much of between Carey and Jet Buck. To get it there so quickly, I think he's going to be safe. But that turn, impressive nonetheless, with Alicia, who runs very well. One of the fastest guys in the team.
Yeah, but that was a massive ground ball. And
yes.
Like you said it, I mean, Dylan Carey, you come into a new ballpark, you don't necessarily know the hops that you're going to get. So there's an unexpected nature to what you may get on a hop, and that was the shortest of bounces for him to make that play. If that thing goes into center, you're talking about all worlds of trouble on the base paths with Lucas Moore, an All-American, coming to the plate.
Yeah, and really having to navigate through the heart of this lineup with runners on the bags. So at the very least, you got the lead man. It looks like they will call Aliasia safe, but you will have 2 outs with Aliasia on first. Unless they're seeing something we don't. At the very least, that's the situation. If it goes the Huskers' way, then they're out of the inning.
Looks pretty clear and conclusive. Those are the 2 things that you need for an overturned review, and
here they come.
I think we'll get that.
We'll hear what home plate umpire Grady Smith says. Okay, so we were correct. We're 2 for 2 today.
2 for 2.
How about
that?
Take it. Can't.
Do we keep track?
We should, because this Camden Cone hopefully is doing that. Either he or Chris, I don't know, but this is a rarity. Usually I'm wearing the big old goose egg. So 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th with Aliasia. Good speed over at first, leading away from first. Lucas Moore, the hitter. 1 for 2 today. Swings and misses at the off speed.
That was nasty. I mean, Moore got absolutely fooled on that changeup.
Got out on his front side, and Ty Horn. This one's popped up into left field, working its way towards the foul line. Jeske right there, though, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So Louisville leaves one stranded. No runs, though, most importantly, off no hits. And we have played 5 here at the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series at Globe Life Field. Score remains Nebraska 2, Louisville nothing. This is Big Red Baseball.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
12 seconds left in the 4th. And Jared has $300 down on a parlay. It's caught! It's caught! Unbelievable! A huge win for Jared, who's now losing his lunch all over the casino floor.
Does gambling disagree with you? Find free help and real hope through the Nebraska Gamblers Assistance Program at gamblingdisagreeswithyou.com.
Yeah, watch the left corner right here, Chip. That stain is not coming out.
Stay healthy and active with Natural Chiropractic Care. Did you know that chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages? It's proven to treat pain, improve mobility, and prevent injury. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic. Is Ty Horn able to extend the start? He gets through the 5th and keeps Nebraska in the lead at 2-0 over 15th-ranked Louisville as we've reached the 6th inning. Eberle's still out there as well for the Cardinals. And back here for us is Kyle Crooks.
All right, thank you, Nick. We had a race in between innings here. 2 Husker fans. One of them we think was wearing a Trey Fikes jersey.
Yeah, he at least had a 21 jersey.
Almost slipped and fell, tore an ACL. Guys were working here last night in the turfs, and it was very slick on the clay on the warning track. A lot of guys were slipping.
Keep our man Tanner Fowler busy down there, too. He's usually just working with the team. He doesn't have to work on fans, but got to keep an eye on that.
Will Jeske leads it off, 7, 8, and 9 here for the Huskers. Ethan Eberle back to work. The lefty starter deals outside. 1 ball, no strikes here to Will Jeske, who doubled on a little bloop to short right, reached on a fielder's choices last time. Hitting .462 to start his year. One of the great personalities in that locker room. The next to him. Slings down center for a strike.
Going to hear some of the noise being made by the Husker fans when 13 comes up. I can give you one guess where that maybe originated from and whose father maybe started that.
Okay.
I'll let you think about that one.
Yeah. Third base side of the rubber. 1-1 is blasted in the air center field. Moore angles back to his left to the warning track to the deepest part of the park. Makes a catch. A few strides in front of the warning track. It's 4-10 out to to the right of center for Will Jeske, and he tried that hardest part of the park, essentially, out in right center.
I've just been so impressed with his power. And Will's a strong guy. We've seen him really put in the work in the offseason. Just pretty built, but it's starting to show here early in the season. I mean, he's putting a charge into some baseballs.
Max Butenbach. Huskers a 2-0 lead, top 6. One gone, bases clear. Left on right. Zips a little bit inside on a slider at 75. A little bit surprising that Eberle has lasted to this point, but it seems like he's gotten into a little bit of a groove. He struck out 3 in the last inning, but the issue was he gave up a home run to Dylan Carey. Sandwiched between all of that. The lefty's next. So 1-0 strike down the middle. 4 strikeouts for the tall lefty. Now they swing a shift mid at bat here on Butenbach. 3 infielders on the right side, 2 on the outfield turf. Third baseman playing up the middle. Pitch is swung on, golfed in the air center field. Playable for more, 1 step back. Now nonchalant jog, few steps in to make a one-handed catch. 2 up, 2 down, a couple of fly ball outs. 1 to deeper center, 1 to shorter center. And 7-8 down 1-2 here to start the away 6th. Now it's Jeter Worthley with the bases clear, and the Huskers up 2-0 on number 15 in the country. Preseason number 8 were the Cardinals. They got beat 2 of 3 against a Big Ten foe in Michigan State. The backdrop of all of this, they put up 23 runs the other day. Left on right, Worthley eyes the first over the inside corner for a strike. Worthley walked on 4 pitches, shoved down a sac bunt. They play him straight up. 1 strike pitch. Slings outside. 1-1. Boy, when you talk about Jeter Worthley with these coaches in the preseason, they could not stop glowing about what he brought to the table. Well, it says this. He's a freshman starting catcher who hit leadoff on opening day. That tells you all you need to know. 1-1. Swinging a bouncing ball to short to his left. All he say, plays the shoulder high hop. Sidearm slinks in back of second. Not in time. There's the speed from Jeter. Beats it out for an infield hit.
Yeah, they're going to say that Davis came off the bag on it. And you're right. That looked routine. They're going to take a look at this. That looked routine. The fact that he was that close, Kyle, again, emphasizes that quickness out of the box by Jeter Worthley.
They're going to look at this, take another look at the throw. Only Seiya had to field it on the move in back of second. The throw to Davis at first, he had to stretch, and the throw beat him, but they'll say that back foot had separation between the bag, and if they do indeed review this, I don't know there's a whole lot there to overturn it.
I can't, in the 2 angles that we've seen, I can't tell if there's any space or not. I can understand what Chris Koski was looking at, and obviously he has the best view than either one of us. But even on, well, okay, there was a real-time one where it did look like there was some separation. But the question is there dirt on the edge of that toe that looks deceiving? I just don't know if there's enough there to overturn this. And remember, this is the important part of the initial ruling, is that he's safe.
Yeah, Chris Koski, the first base umpire, is the one that ruled Davis off the bag. And if he was by an inch. He had a full stretch, knowing how fast Worthley was chugging down the bag. Worthley's left cleat hit that green bag, and then I think there was a little bit of separation between left toe and base on the full gymnastics split from the Cardinals' first baseman.
Man, do we want to go for a third straight one and be definitive? Do you think it's going to stand? I think it's going to stand.
Camden has got to keep the tally. So far, we're 2 for 2, and then I might apply to be Will Bolt's replay assistant.
Are you going with it standing too?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
we're
100% in.
Right, we put the chips in the middle. We're going for 3
all
in a row
here in the heart of Texas. 2-0 Huskers lead. 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Leads the Cardinals, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. And here is the call from Grady Smith. He's safe.
Look at us.
3 for 3.
Look at us.
They call that batting 1,000.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including the monumental jumps we make on our prediction on review. Oh, that's huge right now because you look at the part of the order. You extend this inning, and we talked about a lot. Nebraska with 2 outs offensively. They've been on point.
Here's Mac Moyer, top of the lineup, lefty bat. Jeter Worthley leads off first, 2-0 Huskers. Throw over to first, he's back headlong.
We're going to wait the official ruling. I would assume since they're saying first baseman comes off this has got to be an error. Is it on the first baseman for coming off the bag, or is it the throw that took him off?
Throw over to first again. Worthley's just back ahead of the tag. And we have not had an official ruling yet.
It'll be an E3.
Yeah, it's going to be an E3 on Tate Davis. That's the first error this year for Louisville. Another throw over. Worthley back in time.
First error of the ball game here.
I was premature, Nick. I put infield hit, and I had to go to the whiteout. That's on me.
I'm glad you brought that, though.
And then first to Moyer inside. Runner takes off. Throw down is late. Jeter Worthley has a stolen bag on a feet-first slide. And the Huskers set up with a runner in scoring position with 2 gone in the 6th.
Now, this is where Nebraska likes to utilize that running game, and we've seen that in the Will Bolt era, even going back to Darren Erstad era too, where you get guys on the base path, be able to put the pressure here. Now with trying to get that guy in scoring position and add to a 2-run lead here.
They called that a strike in her half, so it's 0-1. Runner leads off second. 0-1 to Moyer. Check swing foul. Third base on deck circle, where Jet Buck looks on. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Again, this is where this team has flourished, including with a 2-out RBI single in the 3rd off the bat of Cole Kitchens. A 2-out home run from Dylan Carey. 0-2 with 2 gone and a 2-0 lead. Pitch. Just missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jax Heisel tried to frame. I should say that was behind home plate.
Nugent, yeah.
Yeah, Nugent.
That was not an easy take right there. Either Mac got fooled or he was able to see that one very well.
A 1-2 on its way. Tapper foul. First base on deck circle. Moyer stays alive.
And you feel like this is a big part of this game. If Nebraska can even extend this inning right here, and you're getting further into this start of Eberle, you got to feel like it's getting close to the end of his appearance here.
Big pitch on a 1-2 with 2 gone in the 6th. Here it is. Outside. What an AB from Mac Moyer. Walked his first time. Hit into a sharp 5-3 double play. Grounded to second his last time. Coming off that 4-for-4 sparkling performance on Monday against Stanford. Scarlet and cream batting gloves. Pitch in the dirt. Smothered by Nugent. Worthley stays put at second with plus speed. And boy, that's underselling it.
This has turned out to be quite the AB, working back into a full count. Eberle's going to have to try to deliver something. Got to be on it.
Payoff pitch. Worthley will get a jump. Here it is. Outside. On a slider. Full count pitch. Misses to the lefty leadoff. And now here's Jet Buck with the Huskers a 2-0 lead. 2 on, top 6.
Just extend this inning any way you can because you see the guys that are coming up, and this likely will do it for Eberle as a slow walk to the mound. And Eberle, who you felt like was starting to settle back in, but I think this is going to be all for him.
So Dan McDonald in his 20th year will head to the mound, and we will have a pitching change, and we'll tell you about that new arm when we come back here at a Globe Life Field. 2-0 Huskers lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Come on back on the Huskers Radio Network.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe. Think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal. Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
So we get our first Nebraska 811 pitching change. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. New pitcher in the game for Louisville. Here in the top of the sixth inning with 2 outs, but 2 on for Nebraska. And that will be the righty Jack Brown. Comes in with a 5.4 earned run average. This will be his second appearance of the season. He went 1 2/3 his previous outing, allowing 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Struck out a batter while not walking anybody. Opponents hitting .200 in limited action from Jack Brown, who is now in for Louisville, with runners at first and second for the Huskers. Good speed on the base path for the Big Red as well.
Different look here for the Cardinals. Go from a tall lefty to a shorter righty, a sophomore. One of those freshmen last year that pitched a large bulk of the innings for the Cardinals. Eberle, his line not done yet, but for the moment, 5 2/3, 2 earned. Did have 4 strikeouts, had some early issues with walks. Huskers have first and second, a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 6th with 2 gone. And it's Jet Buck, the righty bat. Brown's first pitch, he'll twist and just loft over to second base. Buck singled his first at bat. It's flown out and grounded out. The righty's first. Swung through fastball. 0-1 here to Jet Buck. What an opening weekend it was for him. It was 8 of his first 17. High expectations for the Huskers second baseman. Pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow right field. Slanker squeezes towards the line, enters a Bermuda's triangle, but it's Slanker almost overran it. Makes a one-handed catch. And that ends the frame. Huskers leave 2, so they're not able to add in the frame. There was an error in the inning, so no runs, no hits. 1 error and 2 left on base. Here at Globe Life Field, we are now middle of 6. Huskers 2, Louisville nothing. This is the Huskers Radio Network.
Now's the time to save on trucks at Woodhouse Chevy. Lease the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month. Or save up to $10,000 off MSRP on retired courtesy 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s when financed through dealer. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, $299 doc fee, do it signing. Retired courtesy loaners, qualifying trade-in of 2011 or newer vehicle. Lease for 39 months, 10,000 miles plus first payment. Finance based on manufacturer rebates. Expires March 31st, 2026. See dealer for details.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary.
Akers Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer. Akers, solutions for every field. So the Huskers turned away in the top of the 6th. Ty Horn back out there in the bottom of the 6th with Nebraska leading by a score of 2-0.
You look at Ethan Eberle, the starter for the Cardinals, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. Got into a little bit of a rhythm, but the Huskers were able to get to him enough. 2 runs on 7 hits. Cole Kitchen's RBI single, home run from Dylan Carey. Cade Elam leads off in the bottom of the 6th for Louisville. First pitch slices out for ball 1. 3, 4, and 5 here in the Cardinals lineup. Pitch swung through. Strike 1. Ty Horn goes back to work. pitch. Just a little low. Fastball at 92. Around 80 pitches here for Ty Horn. The next, swinging a rocket shot into right center field. It'll split the outfielders and go to the wall. Butenbach plays it off the carom. Elam into second with a stand-up double. That'll bring the tying run to the plate here to lead off the 6th inning. Elam with his second two-bagger of the year.
Well, that fastball just a bit elevated, and Cade Elam did not miss it at all. Changing the eye level a little bit. We've seen when he's reached back, been able to get a little more uptick on that velocity, more so than we were seeing in the previous couple of innings. But just a pitch right there in the zone, and here comes Rob Childress, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change.
Yeah, Rob Childress comes out to the mound, and we will have that bullpen gate swing open for the Huskers. Fans, contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free. It's easy. It's the law. Caleb Clark comes out of that bullpen. We'll tell you about his start to a new year. 2-0 Huskers. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Come on back. This is Big Red Baseball.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
And a lefty from Canada, Caleb Clark, making his way out there on Aurelia, Ontario. Making his 3rd appearance of the season. Threw against UConn, also saw him against Stanford. Caleb Clark with a 4.50 earned run average. He's gone 2 innings so far here in the early part of the season, with 4 strikeouts to 2 walks. Allowed just 1 earned run. Opponents yet to get a hit off Caleb Clark. And Kyle, this was another one of those developments from the weekend that we've seen Caleb have so many different roles with this pitching staff, from a starter to a reliever, using him in matchups. Could be a possible high leverage reliever, long reliever, bridge guy, and he came right out in that UConn game, and I mean, he was all business. And this is where you hope the amount of college baseball he's played in that Husker uniform, he could settle into a role, because this is a huge spot for him to be in here, with Nebraska leading 2-0 over 15th ranked Louisville, but with the lead man in scoring position for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, leadoff double chases Ty Horn, so they go to the lefty now and Caleb Clark. And you mentioned that relief appearance on opening night against UConn. An inning and 2/3, sparkling. Allowed an earned run, 2 walks, 3 Ks as Ty Horn. He goes back to the bullpen, exchanges some hugs with his teammates down in that left center field bullpen. Can Clark keep it right here? For now, 5 innings, no runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And he'll face Take Davis. So with this, a left-on-left matchup for the first that Caleb Clark will see. Davis has struck out twice. A shift, yanked to the right here for the lefty bat. First pitch, zipped in for a strike at the knees. 0-1. 90 miles an hour from the lefty. Has that sweeperish slider, changeup. Runner leads off second. First base side of the rubber. Right leg kick, the pitch. Sweeper outside. Has that heavy bite on that slider. Really good fall for the lefty. Comes set at the chest in the pitch. Misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike at 91. Last year, 20 appearances. Pitched to a 3.2 ERA. Comes set at the chest again. Downhill. Davis swings, uppercuts one in the air, left side, twisting, turning towards the netting, and foul. About 3 rows deep into the sea of scarlet and cream third base side. The fan tried to make a catch with his ball cap, and let's just say he was not successful.
The overall success rate of that, it's not good. It's just not good. I respect anybody who can complete that catch with the ball cap, but I think you know what you're getting yourself into when you commit to it.
I think a young fan got a souvenir. Good. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the home 6th. Pitch. Outside, missed on a slider. Big pitch coming up. 3-2. Jax Heisel, the switch hitting DH on deck. So he'll flip to the right side of the plate. Here's a payoff. Outside, missed. Well off the plate. Full count walk to Tage Davis. Now puts first and second. Tying run is now at first. Still with nobody out, and the Huskers a 2-0 lead.
Nebraska defensively, you got to be active. I know you get another solid hitter in Heisel here, but again, trying to force the issue, force the defense to make a play here in a bunt situation as well for runners at first and second and nobody out.
Corners in on that artificial turf. Left on right. First to Heisel. Fastball high and away. Ball 1.
Ryan Harehill is warming for Nebraska in the left center bullpen.
Even more activity now for the Huskers. Comes set of the chest. Clark looks at the runner at second. Unleashes home. That's low. So he's just sort of lost command here. 2-0. A double let it off. Clark comes in. Full count walk, and now behind 2-0 to Jax Heisel. Pitch. Fastball low. And it's now 3-0. That lonely feeling you can get when you are a pitcher. You're out on an island quite literally. Down 3-0. Downhill. Fastball strike, outer paint. And you have to find a way to slow that pulse. And he does to get strike 1. Those high scarlet socks, the cream tops, cream pants. The lefty spins, tosses one to second. Backstanding Cade Elam. Heisel a year ago was a .274 hitter. Homered earlier this week in a multi-hit performance against Xavier. Has first and second. On a 3-1. Foul back to the mesh. Another payoff. Each pitch gets even just a little bit bigger. With a 2-run lead for the Huskers against number 15 in the country. Lean in for the sign. Clark comes set. 3-2. Swinging a bouncing ball, knocked down by Clark. Oh, he throws it away, trying to throw to second. That'll bring in a run as Elam comes around third to score. Runner is safe at second. He just threw it away on what could have been a 1-4-3 double play. Instead, everybody's safe, and it's now a 2-1 Husker lead.
I mean, that's exactly what it was. A comebacker, you had time and just let it get away from him. As soon as he released the baseball, you could see that thing float, and he was down on bended knee as that thing got out to left center field. And what could have been a tailor-made 1-6-3 turns into the first run for Louisville and nobody out.
First and second now. Infield stays in at the corners. Here's Jimmy Nugent. Foul tips into the glove on a fastball. 0-1. Still a 2-1 Husker lead, but nobody out in the last of the 6th inning. Clark got what he wanted. He got that ground ball right back to him. 1 strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hits Clark off his cleat, rolls to a vacant right side. Thinking about rounding third was Davis. He stays put. Runner behind at second is safe on the throwback to the bag. Nobody was home on the ground ball that ricocheted off the cleat of Caleb Clark to the right side, was picked up by Jet Buck. And everybody moves up a base. It's now loaded still with nobody out here in the 6th.
Well, you go to the self-inflicted wound on the previous hitter. This one just tough luck on Caleb Clark. as it ricochets off the foot. And then, as you mentioned, it goes out there. Tanner Fowler, the team trainer, going to come out and check on that foot. I mean, it was sharply hit, 99 off the bat. And caught a lot of that. Looks like kind of working into that right foot of Caleb Clark. Ryan Harrihill, who I would assume is ready if they need to go to him. But you go back to the ground ball, the comebacker that he got. You get the ground ball, you throw that thing away. And this was a little bit more sharply hit ground ball, but you're able to at least get a body on it. So he's gotten some ground balls here. And now bases loaded, nobody out. Louisville looking for a monster inning here with already one across this inning. Nebraska clinging to a one-run lead. And they're going to let Caleb throw a couple of pitches here to see how that foot is.
We have a lefty coming up in Ben Slanker.
Yeah.
So that would tell you that perhaps they'll stick with him at least for one more batter here, with Harrihill, the righty, getting warm. Looking at the replay, it was a bouncer that hit right off his left shin. And there was nobody on that right side, so all sorts of bad luck in this inning, if you want to put it that way. Now is loaded the bases here. Davis at third, Heisel at second, Nugent at first, and Slanker, the lefty, bat to the plate. Huskers a 2-1 lead. Nobody out, bottom of the sixth inning. Lefty pitcher, lefty batter. First one is a slider in for a strike down center. 0-1. Slanker has reached on a fielder's choice. Struck out looking. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Late hack on a fastball. 0-2. Infield relaxes a bit. Perhaps could relinquish a run for maybe a double play here. Still nobody out. 2-strike offering. Slider outside. 1-2. Well, it's clear that's his put-away pitch, that slider. Can he find it here against Ben Slanker? One, two in the dirt. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice smother by Jeter Worthley.
Love the idea there. Now, best pitch 2-2, best pitch execution. If you're Caleb Clark.
Slanker, the former Ohio Bobcat. Spent 2 years there at .302 last year in a breakout season. Awaits at 2-2. Swings, got fisted over third, Overbeek on a back pedal. He's got it. Edge of the infield dirt for a big first out. Little jam job in near the handle of Slanker for the opening out here in the 6th.
And for Caleb Clark, that's a heck of a bounce back after the sequence of events that have taken place. And you know he's beside himself on what should have been a 1-6-3 double play, then wearing one, comes back, gets a very important out, and that's going to do it for Caleb Clark. But way to bounce back, get into that 2-2 count there, and you don't allow another run to come in. It's all about limiting the damage right there, and good job, Caleb Clark, of being able to bounce through just a rough sequence.
During this quick break, let's all meditate and think about a nice 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. We have a Nebraska 811 pitching change. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free. It's easy. It's the law. Clark exits. We'll tell you about the new arm coming in. 2-1 Nebraska. Bases juiced. 1 out in the 6th. Come on back. This is Big Red Baseball.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe. Think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
The new pitcher in for Nebraska will be Ryan Harrihill. Harrihill will be making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's gone 3 innings in relief work. A couple appearances over the weekend out in the desert and looked really sharp. No hits, no runs, struck out 2, did not walk a hitter. And so Ryan Harrihill will try to keep it right here, try to limit that damage, as Caleb Clark had the error that allowed the only run for Louisville to come in, then wore one off his shin, but able to get a very important out off the bat of Ben Slanker to not allow anything further as of yet. Nebraska still holding on to that 1-run lead, dealing with hitters 8 and 9 here for Ryan Harrihill.
While Husker fans hold on to their breath, the Huskers do indeed hold on to that 1-run lead. Bases are loaded for the righty and the home state kid. Turn to Ryan Harrihill, 6'4", 220. Right-hander from Elkhorn, Nebraska. One of the top prospects in the state. Grew up a big-time Husker fan. That's the case with a lot of these guys on this roster. They play for the pride of that logo. Byram Hotnow, right-handed hitter. Bases loaded and a 2-1 Husker lead. Biggest moments of this game. First pitch, a fastball pumped in, down the middle, strike one. Has a little bit of a different arm slot. Got a lot of swings and misses in the month of January. Those inter-squad scrimmages. Fires. Well off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He built trust in his stuff, according to Rob Childress. He'll manage the game. Incredible teammate. Now they stand on the top step, rooting him on in the most pivotal of moments here in the home 6th. Harrihill comes set just above the belt on a 1-1. Fastball pumped in, knee high, center cut. 1-2. A critical E1 in this inning. This frame started off with a leadoff double. That chased Ty Horn. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 gone. Here it is. Swing and a fly ball. Shallow foul left. Overbeak over. And ranges on a back pedal. Makes the catch. Not nearly deep enough. Was more of a pop fly. Foul ground, third base side, well beyond the coach's box. Everybody stays put and just about outside of a double play, best case scenario.
We'll go to back-to-back hitters. Caleb Clark's last hitter. He works in front of Slanker and is able to get the fly out. And the same thing for Ryan Harrihill coming into this game, understanding the situation, and just owned the count right there to get weak contact. That is a big, big sequence there for Ryan Harrihill.
Buckle down now, bases juiced, 2 gone. First pitch to Griffin Crane, slashes one back to the string, strike 1. Nebraska 2, Louisville 1. Crane 1 for 1 has singled and walked. Has 5 runs driven in this year. Can the bullpen dig deep? 0-1. Misses low and in. Slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off every bag. Extreme first base side, downhill. Fastball out, 2 balls and a strike. Griffin Crane, the number 9 batter in this lineup. Alex Olise in the top of the order on deck. Late kick, 2-1. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Well struck. back to the wall. And he can't make a play. It goes into that triangle and bounces over the wall near the 374 marker. A ground rule double for Griffin Crane, who comes through. And the Cardinals now take a 3-2 lead.
I just got into one, turns on it, line shot over to that right center area. Probably a break there for Nebraska, as that was likely to clear them all, depending on the ricochet off of the wall. Max Butenbach gave it a go out there, having to cover a lot of range, but Louisville taking advantage of the situation, getting a clutch hit there from their 9-hole hitter.
Boy, a massive break, too. So instead of the bases clearing, just 2 runs come in on the ground rule double. Alex Olise shortens to bunt and takes off the plate for ball 1. So it's 3-2 Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th inning on a 2-run ground rule double from Griffin Crane. And now it's 2nd and 3rd, still 2 outs in the inning. Pitch. Swing and a 1-hopper to short. Carey's got it, glove side, pinched up the middle, throws to first, and the inning is over. Well, the Huskers in a way, get a chance to limit the damage. It could have been much, much worse than how things were trending for the Huskers after that leadoff double. In the frame, a massive E1 as well, but for the Cardinals, they're able to take a lead in front 3-2. 3 runs in the frame with a massive error, 2 left on base. As we now head to the 7th, in front is Louisville, 3-2 over Nebraska. This is Big Red Baseball.
Nothing ruins a good game like a plumbing curveball. Whether it's a clogged drain, leaky water heater, or a sump pump quitting at the worst time, John Henry's is here with service professionals who explain your options and get it done right. From quick repairs to full replacements, we protect your home and your weekend. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Get behind the wheel of America's favorite truck from Woodhouse Ford. Lease the Ford F-150 Super Crew for $389 a month for 36 months and 7,500 miles per year. First payment and $299 dock fee due at signing. Or save up to $15,000 off MSRP. Shop Woodhouse Ford online or in-store in Blair, Omaha, and Plattsmouth today. With approved credit, security deposit waived, tax, title, license extra. Vehicle is a retired courtesy loan. Offers expire March 31st, 2026. See dealer for detail.
Nick Hanley alongside Kyle Crooks here at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series here at Globe Life Field. The Huskers were living a bit dangerously. Louisville finally comes through in the clutch 9-hole hitter with a 2 RBI double. That actually turned out to be a bit of a break. Could be 4-2 if that ball doesn't deposit itself into that right center corner. So the Huskers now, for the first time in this game, will play with a deficit here as we move into the 7th inning. 3-2 in favor of 15th-ranked Louisville.
Time for some big swings for the boys in the scarlet and the cream, starting with Case Sanderson, 3, 4, and 5 for Nebraska. Top of the 7th, 3-2 Cardinals lead. Jack Brown, the righty, came in the 6th, pumps in the 1st. Fastball off the glove of the catcher to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes to the lefty hitting Case Sanderson, who has struck out twice today, has flown out to center. Nail-biting game in what should be a fun weekend, fun 3 days here for the Huskers. Kansas State tomorrow, a little bit of a late first pitch. Then you have Florida State, 16th in the country, one earlier today against Michigan. Jack Brown fires a 1-0. That's high and away. First 2 are off the plate for the righty Jack Brown. Brown entered in with 2 outs and 2 on in the last inning. Now they put a shift here on Sanderson, 3 on the right side. Next to him is swung through for strike 1, just blew a fastball right past him. We've seen that a couple times today for the Cardinals. Mid at bat, switching the shortstop over to that right side. 2-1, low in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. And the Huskers get a leadoff base runner on. Runs brought in today, a Cole Kitchens RBI single, home run from Dylan Carey to opposite field. Pitch, low and inside, 5-pitch walk. That's a start for Case Sanderson, on for the first time today. Represents the tying run here in the top of the 7th. So a good way to start. There is a little bit of a meandering, is how I'd put it, in the Louisville bullpen. Nobody throwing. And now it's Joshua Overbeek. Singleton scored in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. 3-2 Cardinals lead. Both teams 7 hits. Tying run now at first. Right on left matchup. First pitch, a fastball is looped in the air to left field. Angling towards the line is Griffin Crane to make the catch. Long run on the relay back to first. They just doubled off Case Sanderson. He was too far off the bag, and the Huskers are going to review it. Boy, Sanderson perhaps got a little too nonchalant on that line drive to medium deep left field. And the relay came into the shortstop, Alisea, and he fired in towards first base, and they got Sanderson, who was well more than halfway to second base, He was sprinting back, and it actually was Cade Elam, the second baseman, on the relay throw, on the throw into the infield. And for now, it's 7-4-3 on the double play. And I think this probably is going to stand. So you get the leadoff base runner on a 5-pitch walk. The Huskers reviewing this now, but this probably is going to be a double play to present 2 gone and nobody on. Massive play from the Cardinals, who are one of the best defensive groups in the ACC. This could truly be a momentum back-breaking sequence.
Yeah, the ball was hit well, but understanding how important base runners are here representing that tying run. You just hate to see that at this stage of the game. A game that I feel like for Nebraska, they played it well. You had the mistake by Caleb Clark, airmailing what was sure to be a double play, or at least giving you an opportunity to get a big out. And then just trying to keep your wits about you on the base path, understanding that this part of the game, every base runner is so valuable.
And especially with guys getting set to come up and carry in Kitchens, who have been your big bats today. So it stands. Double play goes 7-4-3. They get Sanderson, double him up, who was just too far on his sprint back to first. And the Huskers replay gets denied that time. And now it'll be Dylan Carey. Homered his last time to make it 2-0. Huskers now trail 3-2. Bases are empty here in the 7th. First one from Brown. Curveball misses in. Ball 1.
I mentioned a lot of Husker fans, and that's no surprise. Louisville also with a pretty good following, too, and they got pretty loud here in the last half hour or so.
Here in Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field. Pitch. Swinging a ball, ripped on a line towards that left field corner. Drops in for a base hit. Bangs off the 334 marker. Dylan Carey's in with a stand-up double. And the Huskers return serve with a right hook. And the tying run in scoring position.
Now with 2 outs, it continues for Nebraska, but it just makes that mistake on the base path that much more critical because you are scoring. Case Sanderson on that ball, and we're tied. Unfortunately, now you got to extend the inning. Runner in scoring position now.
Man, you ain't kidding. Here's now Cole Kitchens. Right-handed hitter, had an RBI single to get the Huskers on the board. Tying run is at second. 2 outs, top 7. Brown against Kitchens. First pitch, fastball, blazes down center at the knees, 0-1. I say it once again, 2 outs in an inning. Can you find a way again? They've done so once more to kick off this college baseball series in Arlington. Pitch. Swing and a line drive, hoisted off to the right, and this will get foul into the vacant green seats. A little leaguer with his glove at the ballpark, fighting off another young fan for a souvenir in that right field corner. Now it brings us 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying run at second. Jack Brown at the chest of the beige glove. Leg kick, fires. Tap foul. Third base on deck circle. Jammed off the handle. Five hits and 11 tries with 2 outs. 1 of 9 with runners in scoring position in this game. Trailing by a run. Kitchens, even stance, the black bat waving in front of the scarlet and cream on his uniform. Pitch goes around on a sword, got handcuffed, strike 3. Leadoff walk fails to bloom for the Huskers, as does a 2-out double from Dylan Carey. No runs on a hit. No errors, and 1 costly runner left on base. Time to stretch and sing here in Arlington. It's 3-2 Louisville leads on the Huskers Radio Network.
Being a Nebraska fan doesn't stop when the game ends. It's every day, all day, home or away. This is Kyle Crooks, the voice of the Huskers, telling you to level up with the new Husker Visa debit card, free with any FNBO checking account. Be one who lives it, one who proves it. Every time you pay with the Husker Visa debit card, only at FNBO, the bank of Husker Nation. Get yours today at fnbo.com/Huskers. One for the fans, one for you. Member FDIC.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
Nick Haley alongside Kyle Crooks here at Globe Life Field at the Amagi Bank College Baseball Series. Camden Cohn and Christopher Sullivan Diaz back in our Acres broadcast studio. Don't forget to stick around for our post-game coverage. We will have our Blue Cross Blue Shield RBI moment of the game in the post-game, as well as our scoreboard. See how this one settles back and forth. It was Nebraska in control for much of the game. Louisville has a go of it in the 6th inning to take their first lead. They get the shutdown inning they needed in the top of the 7th. They'll hit here in the bottom of the 7th, leading Nebraska 3-2.
Christopher Sullivan Diaz will have the full recap of this one in the postgame show. Look at some of the other scores. 3-2, Cardinals lead. Here is Lucas Moore. Shortens, pulls back, takes off the plate outside from Ryan Harrihill. Came in for Caleb Clark in that chaotic 6th inning that saw 8 to the plate. Pitch. Morris swings, golfs one off to the left, and that's into the second deck. For a fan who is seated with nobody around him, didn't even flinch as the ball landed about 2 seats away from him.
That's what we'd like to see.
Pitch. Morris swings, yanks one to second, playing deep on the outfield turf is Jet Buck, and throws to first for the opening out here of the frame, and Moore is 1 for 4.
I've been impressed with Ryan Harrihill. Not only what he's done in this, just the couple batters he's faced in this appearance, but you go back to last weekend too, you can see the opportunity he's going to have out of the bullpen to really help this team.
Here's now Cade Elam. Base is clear. First one spun inside on a curve. 1-0. Louisville a 3-2 lead. Home 7th inning. Pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to second. Buck was pitched up the middle. Shuffle strides to his left, fields and fires to first. 2 up, 2 down. Couple of ground ball outs here for Harrihill. But the base is empty. Now it's Tage Davis. Boy, the remedy, get the Huskers juice back up on the offensive side, is to get the bats back in their hands quickly. And it's a good start. 2 up, 2 down. Now it's lefty hitting Tage Davis. 3-2 Cardinals lead. Base is empty in the 7th. Infield swung to the right. First pitch is blasted deep to right field. Back goes Butenbach to the wall and gone. 6 rows up into the right field green seats. Davis, his 2nd home run of the year. And Louisville has some insurance. Now a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, you just put one right there over the heart of the plate. Center cut. 105 off the bat from one of the better hitters in this Louisville lineup in Tage Davis. And he was really having a rough one today. A couple of strikeouts, but he did not miss that one.
378 on the distance. First pitch comes into Jax Heisel. Swung through for strike 1. So now it's a 4-2 lead. Both teams now 8 hits. Harrihill's next. Fastball blazes outer half. Strike 2. So 2 home runs today deposited to those right field seats. Pitch. Fastball low and away. 1-2. Harrihill working quickly. Black glove in front of that scarlet cap. Fires home. Misses inside. Huskers had not given up a home run coming into this weekend. Pitch. Foul back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Jax Heisel. Lefty hitting DH. Switch hitter. And a 2-2 to him. Right down the middle. Strike 3. Off speed, and Harrihill picks up the K. Faces one above the minimum. One loud swing in the frame into the right field seats off the bat of Tage Davis. His second home run of the year. When it lands, it's Louisville 4 and Nebraska 2 through 7. This is Big Red Baseball.
It's baseball season in Nebraska, and whether you're headed to the ballpark or watching from your couch, you deserve a home that feels like a win. John Henry's keeps you comfortable with expert heating and cooling, plus trusted plumbing and electrical service. From tune-ups to full replacements, we make it easy, fast, and done right the first time. Proud to be an official partner of Husker Baseball. Make the easy call to John Henry's today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
We are now 7 complete here in Arlington, Texas. Good getaway here for the Huskers. They left in some snowflakes from Omaha yesterday and landing in about 60-degree weather here in Texas. Indoors here at Globe Life Field. But right now need some clutch swings as we head to the 8th inning, trailing 4-2. Led for most of this one. Now to get the Huskers right back in it. Here's Nick.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Jack Brown still in for Louisville, and Nebraska will go through the bottom of the order, but it's been one in this young season that has been productive, especially with the guy that'll lead things off in Will Jeske. Will Jeske had we'll call it the non-traditional double that went off the glove of the second baseman, and he was able to stretch that into a double with heads-up base running, but also 2 dingers, put a charge into one when he flew out to center back in the 6th inning. Looks at a first pitch cutter in there for strike 1. So Will Jeske trying to spark the Huskers here, now trailing by 2. Each team with 8 hits. Brown works from the stretch. Hit him. So Will Jeske able to get things going. Wears one on the inner half. And Nebraska now will bring the tying run to the plate in the person of Max Butenbach.
Tell you, the command for Brown hasn't been there quite yet. You saw the 5-pitch walk he had to start the last frame. So can you capitalize, though, with this leadoff base runner?
Huskers were able to lead off the 7th inning with a Case Sanderson walk, but then it was a line shot that was caught in left field off the bat of Joshua Overbeek, and Sanderson was doubled up over at first. First offering from Brown to Butenbach. Off the plate with the fastball. 1-0 here on Max Butenbach. Beauty with a single back in the 4th. 1 for 2 today. Left-handed hitter facing the righty Jack Brown. Jeske with the lead at first. Works on the inner half and catches the inside black. 1-1. We'll see if after this pitch we get any type of movement with the infield. Would think not. Trying to stay in double play depth here if you're Louisville. The 1-1 pitch fouled back to the screen. Butenbach now down on the count, 1-2. Jeter Worthley waits on deck for Nebraska. It'll be top of the order. Butenbach inching back into the left-handed batter's box. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Could be 2. Over to second for 1. Over to first. And that is a double play. 6-4-3 twin killing. And so now 2 away for Jeter Worthley here in the 8th.
Yeah, just absolutely crushing. You've had the leadoff runner on and then double plays in back-to-back innings, a little bit different in variety of double play, but Butenbach was trying to chug down the line, but they got him.
So Jeter Worthley, who reached on an error by Davis, the first baseman, and then got a stolen base. Also a sacrifice. 3-4. Looks at a first pitch. Breaking pitch in there for strike 1. So Jack Brown, it's been all business here this inning. Trying to work around that leadoff hit batter. Is a pitch away from doing so. An out away from doing so. 1-1. Now here on Jeter Worthley. Jeter also reached base in the second with a walk. The pitch. Blown outside, 2-1. Of course, Worthley was committed to Michigan early in his prep career before reconsidering decommitting when Eric Bakich made the move over to Clemson from Michigan. Worthley decided to stay home. 2-1 offering. Off the plate, 3-1. Of course, older brother Jalen, part of this Husker pitching staff as well. Sure had something to say. A little influence there too. Keep little brother here. 3-1 offering. Right down the middle now, 3-2. Now Worthley with a payoff pitch coming, trying to extend this inning. Huskers trailing by 2. Brown comes set at the letters. The 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball over towards short. Going to be a tough play over to first. And just got him by an eyelash. Alicia makes a really strong throw over to first. And a bang-bang play. And the Huskers are retired in the 8th. No runs off, no hits, no errors. No runners left on base. Bottom of the 8th we go. It's Louisville 4, Nebraska 2 on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agents Reed Duvall, Natalie Kerr, or Mike Shefford in Lincoln today.
Back here at Globe Life Field, 4-2 Louisville leads as we continue on. Big bottom of the 8th coming up. Huskers, they had the leadoff base runner on in the last 2 innings. Unable to cash in. Costly double plays. Now it's up to Ryan Harrahill. Goes back to the hill and try and silence these Louisville bats that throw up a 0 and then hope the middle of the Nebraska order can find a way in the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be Jimmy Nugent, Ben Slenker, and Byram Hott here for the Cardinals.
And for Ryan Harrahill, really the story of this outing has been 2 mistakes. One that was doubled on a 2 RBI double from Griffin Crane, and then got the first 2 hitters 2 and 3 in this lineup before giving up a solo shot to Tag Davis. Came back with a strikeout, so a good bounce back. He'll face Jimmy Nugent. 6-7-8 ground ball over to Case Sanderson. Has to move off the bag. Fires over to Harrahill covering. Little PFP there to get the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Good defensive work and good glove work there by Case Sanderson.
Harrihill, good job knowing he has to sprint off the mound. That was a ball that took Sanderson well off the bag at first. And Harrihill heads up, sprinting right towards first right away to get that easy out.
That'll bring up Ben Slanker. Left-handed hitter, getting his first look here at Ryan Harrihill. Gets the fastball on the outer black. 0-1 to the right fielder of Louisville. 0 for 3 on the day. Miss inside with the fastball, 1-1. Ryan Harrihill, and Kyle talked about it. Just one of those everything for Nebraska type players. However he can be productive and help the team out. Misses out with another fastball, 2-1. A guy that they have worked a lot with on his just overall arm angle and release. We talked about this over the weekend, too. You got to be coachable to do that. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2-2. And it'd be so easy, especially early in a career, of just getting frustrated with all the different tinkering with that. But obviously trusting Rob Childerson, why wouldn't you? He stuck with it. This one slashed the other way. Foul. Rob Childers has that effect on a pitcher, but especially for a young man that just wants to be good, wants to help this team, and Harrihill's definitely put in that work. The 2-2 coming. That one spoiled the other way again, out of play. So Ryan Harrihill, a little bit of a battle here with Ben Slanker. Enormous video boards to right field and slightly lesser version in left field, but you just can't miss anything in this ballpark. Breaking ball called strike 3 and a beauty. Big punch out for Ryan Harrihill. Able to get his second strikeout of the game. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, second punch out on that slider. Just froze Slanker. Just nabbed that bottom line of the zone.
Great location. Here's Bayram Hott, third baseman for Louisville, as he skies this one into center field, sending Mac Moyer back a few steps. Now waiting for it to come down. Makes the catch for the third out. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Ryan Harrihill. And the Huskers will go to work in the 9th. Last licks, trailing 4-2 to Louisville. As we head into the 9th, this is Big Red Baseball.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave. Hey there. Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Last chance to dance here for the Huskers, trailing 4-2 to Louisville here in Arlington, Texas. We have a pitching change. Contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free, it's easy, it's the law. It's a sophomore left-hander, Aaron England, 6'2", 220 from Cincinnati, Ohio. And for England this year, spotless ERA, just one appearance in just an inning and 2/3, small sample size. Has allowed 1 hit, 1 walk to 1 strikeout. Batters 200 against him. Pitched on February 15th, opening weekend against Michigan State. Inning and 2/3, allowed that hit. So it will be Aaron England back to a lefty. That's how we started the festivities here with Ethan Eberle for the Cardinals.
England with 5 appearances last year, all in relief, had an 8.31 earned run average, 4 strikeouts, and 4 1/3. So Nebraska will send up the top of the order. Mac Moyer will lead it away for the Huskers. Moyer has reached base successfully twice with 2 walks. He's 0 for 2 today. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Huskers trailing by 2, trying to, for the 3rd straight inning, get that lead man aboard. Outside for the first offering with the fastball. 91 on the radar gun from the new hurler for this Louisville team. There's a fastball down the middle now, 1-1. Aaron England, good little pop with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Mac Moyer. Entering the game, hitting .714. Looks at a fastball upstairs. 2-1. It's been all fastballs so far from England. Mentioned Louisville, big chunk of that College World Series team a year ago between their pitching staff and their lineup. Graduate and go to the draft. This one is shot the other way, and it's going to work its way into the seats in left field. 2-2. But as you can imagine, a Louisville team with the reputation, making their 6th College World Series in program history and their deepest run, not tough to make a call or two to the transfer portal. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the leadoff man here in the 9th for the Huskers. England set, fires. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. And just some sink action, but seen nothing but the heat here from Aaron England. Mac Moyer battling to try to get on base here. Want to bring that tying run to the plate if you can. Sets up to the third base side of the slab. 2-2 again. Ground ball hit up the middle. Gloved by Alicia. Over to first in time. So 1 up, 1 recorded here in the top of the 9th. Huskers now down to their last 2 outs. That'll bring up Jet Buck. Jet singled to left back in the first inning. He's been retired since, 1 for 4 on the afternoon. Auburn and Kansas State awaiting the conclusion of this game. Those two will go head-to-head for the nightcap. There's just gotten a piece of that one into the glove of Nugent, 0-1. And again, just movement with the fastball. Sink action. That's all it's been. Yet to see a breaking ball or a changeup from England. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another fastball, 93 miles an hour. 0-2 here on the Washburn transfer, Jet Buck. Trying to battle away here. The 0-2. Did he offer? They'll say he did not. Peel down to first base. Chris Koski giving him the all check on that. 1-2 on Jet Buck. The Huskers in K-State tomorrow night before wrapping up their time here in Arlington on Sunday against Florida State, 16th ranked team in the country. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Pull it right by him. Said it a few times. Business-like approach from some of these arms we've seen for both teams, and that is exactly what Aaron England has been. So it's down to Case Sanderson. Huskers trailing by 2. Each team with 8 hits, each team with an error. Case trying to keep the game alive. Walked and was doubled off in his last at bat. Looks at the first pitch in there for strike 1. Another fastball. Sandy waving the bat in the left-handed batter's circle. Takes a rip and comes up empty. Now Huskers down to their last strike. Louisville fans on their feet. A lot of noise out of that first base dugout. The 0-2 pitch. Way outside, 1-2. Sandy 0 for 3 on the afternoon. What better time to get his first hit of the game than right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the 9th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Louisville able to come from behind and beat Nebraska on this Friday afternoon 4-2. We'll be back to talk about this one and get into our post-game coverage when we return here to the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too.